Hi, everyone. It's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate, and we have news about Jack the cat. So I thought I would go live. I did put it up on the community tab post. Um, well, two people are in here. So, if you're from the channel, great. If you're a lurker as well, whatever. Um, and I thought I'd come on here, hopefully, because this is probably the second video of the day, I'm guessing, because we did the big live stream last night. So maybe one was a lurker and they left. Hey, Catitude. Hi. We had two and one left, Catitude. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that then too. I mean, I don't want to get deep into the drama, and I don't want to give them the energy, but I do want to talk about something because it's going to, what they're planning on doing will impact what I'm trying to do here with the cats and with Feline Solutions. So I think people should be aware of what these other channels are doing. So anyway, so first of all, I wanted to come on here and I wanted to talk to everyone about Jack the cat, not Uncle Jack. We'll talk about him in a few minutes because I do want to talk about him a little bit and what happened last night. No, not that. Nothing like that. Mark isn't in the chat, but I'm just like, I could just hear Mark. I could just see Mark's comments on that. So anyway, heard from Kayla. She had a vet appointment this morning at 10:15. She called me afterwards and was talking to me on her drive back home. And I wanted, hi, Mary. Oh, you got your internet back. Hey, my internet went out too yesterday, Mary. So she called me rather than text you, I'll call you and we can talk while she's driving back home. And I wanted to come on here and talk to everyone because I just thought it would be better to do this, kind of live rather than just put up a community post or recorded video, because everyone's so invested in Jack. Everyone loves Jack. Everyone's invested with him, been following this story. This poor guy's been through the ringer. And so here's what's happening. So first of all, it is good news. Okay. I'm going to take you all out of suspense mode. It is good news. I guess the bad news, the kind of bad news is Jack won't be coming back to me. Jack will probably more than likely be staying with Kayla, I think. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, the good news. So they went to the vet this morning. Jack's urinary tract infection is clearing, almost cleared. That's all working out really well. The crystals are dissolving. That's really good news. He's on track with that. She's continuing the fluids. The respiratory thing is a respiratory thing. And what they're going to do, and I can't remember the name of it, but they're taking him off of the Clavamox. Excuse me. And it's starts with an O. What Catitude, you might know, Oboxian or something. I don't know. It starts with, it's a real high potent antibiotic that he only has to take once a day. And they're going to try this first. And if that doesn't work, then I guess they'll go with the Clavamox and the Convenia. But they want to try this other really strong antibiotic first to see if they can knock it. Orbox. That's it. Yep. Orbax. Yeah. Yes, Mary, that's it. I believe that's it. Yep. I think that's what she said. So you're going to put him on that once a day. She'll continue with the fluids. He's doing good other than that. And he's going to be with Kayla at least 20 days because he has to have fluids and all this other extra care that I really can't provide here. So he will more than likely not be coming back here. So he'll either, one of two things will happen. If they can kick it out completely, then, or kick the infection out completely, then he will be put up for adoption. If you can't kick the infection out completely and it becomes chronic and it's, like low level chronic, then he'll stay with her chronic colony that she has in her house. So I'm hoping that, that he keeps continuing on this path, on this journey to wellness. Mary says that's what my Mojo kitty was on. It's really high potency. It's once a day, she said. So it looks like Jack's not coming back here. I mean, not necessarily a bad thing, because it means either he'll be able to be adopted out or she will just keep him. But, no more being on the streets for him. He won't be back here. He won't be on the streets. He won't have to deal with that. I won't have to. It's a, hey, cat mama. It will be, good news either way. I mean, it's, I can't lie. I'm very relieved. I didn't dislike Jack, but it was a struggle trying to figure out what to do with him. I don't have the resources to take care of him. I definitely can't have him in the apartment because that would just not work. So, he's in a good place. So now that's the news with Jack. And, of course, Kayla being on the channel, she will continue to give updates and things like that and probably send me pictures. So we'll have plenty of stuff. We'll have plenty of stuff. And I can kind of get back now to more of my normal content. I can, because I haven't done an update on the colony in so long, and the colony is kind of wonky because we had the rain and I had kittens and their schedule was all out of whack. And now last night we had freezing temperatures. So I fed early. So again, their schedule was again out of whack. I fed them like midday yesterday because they were calling for 20s last night, and I wanted to make sure that they had food and put out a big pan of dry food for them. So hopefully I can kind of start getting back on track with the colony, and you can start seeing some of the colony kids again. Kayla is also going to be helping me. Hopefully we'll get the colony ones spayed and neutered, the ones that are friendly, as long as I can foster them temporarily. Feline Solutions will more likely be able to take them through the rescue. So I'm sure we'll have more stories of, friendly strays that I bring in as foster. So we'll have more foster stories. I just don't know when that'll happen. I mean, right now it's kind of overwhelming with Jack. I kind of want to let that get resolved first before, and I need a break too. And I can take his crate down. I can throw out that stinky blanket that he has, and throw that out and break down that crate and clean that all off and get rid of that crate. And, then we're going to have to deal with Maleficent. I don't know if I want to keep that crate up or not. I kind of like having the crate up because she's still really bad about when I try to eat, she's trying to get in my food. And I'm like constantly doing this, pushing her back. No, 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 no. And it's not very relaxing when you're sitting down and you're trying to eat, you're trying to eat with one hand and push a cat back with that hand. That's really not fun. So I kind of like having the crate there and also having it so that I can put her kitten food in there. What I might do is just clean out Jack's crate, because really she doesn't need that big giant crate. She doesn't sleep in it anymore. She doesn't need to be in it. I can just keep the little crate, and that is more workable, and just put the big crate back out on the balcony where it was, fold it up and clean it up. So, But anyway, I can get my kitchen back. I can get my kitchen back. Yay! I have some time now. I actually can, after I take a day or two to breathe, I can start doing what I need to do, like cleaning out the back room. Actually, maybe what I will do is, I'm trying to clean that back room out. Maybe I just move the crate back there because she just stays in there. Yeah, I need a break, Mary. You're absolutely right. Um, I I think maybe just if I can put the crate back there because she doesn't stay in it. She sleeps. She's out. I mean, she's out right now. She's out pretty much 24/7. The next cat mama, it's cute for a few minutes. Yeah, yeah. Cat mama says sounds like me and Rue when I'm doing yoga. It's cute for a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's kind of cute for a few minutes, isn't it? When it's like, oh, look, you have food. What is that? Oh, let me see. Let me see. Little paw. And then it's like, no, okay, stop. Just stop. Just stop. I know you're not going to eat broccoli. You're not going to eat rice. You're not going to eat salad. You're not going to just stop. And it's stuff they don't even eat. And half the time, even things like little pieces of chicken or something, she'll like won't even eat that. Like, why are you bothering me? You don't want what I have to eat anyway. You have 7 bowls of cat food over there and you're over here bugging me. What's up with that? So anyway, so the next thing I guess is she's going to need spayed. So we're trying to coordinate that. And I have to see what's available here because it's a little more expensive with the girls than the boys. And prices have gone up a little bit. So, yeah, and my plan it just keeps getting better because my plan was just to take her through the TNR clinic over at the York SPCA because they did a good job with Moosh, but there's apparently been a distemper outbreak over there. And I really don't want to take any cats over there because I take her over there and maybe she isn't affected, but the distemper, you can bring that into your house on your shoes. It can get on your clothing. It's nasty. And I do not want to have to deal with distemper. I do not. I don't want to have to deal with cats getting sick, number one, because that's the priority. But even above and beyond that, it is a pain in the ass to have to clean when distemper is involved. It's horrible. It's horrible. I was like, I would just sit on the floor and cry if I had to deal with a distemper outbreak in here because it is. I've known people that have gone through it. It's horrible. The amount of cleaning you have to do. It's just once it's in an area, it is really hard to get out. So I'm also probably going to end up vaccinating them all too because they haven't been vaccinated for about 3 years now, and because apparently we're having kind of an outbreak. I think it's probably as much as I don't like to vaccinate more than possible. I think I'm probably going to have to vaccinate them. So I'm going to have to get something from Tractor Supply and get them vaccinated. So we have that going on. Now, the other thing I want to talk a little bit about is with Jack is the cost of all this. So again, forgive me, community. I try really hard not to bring the other nutcases into this area, into the conversation. But I just want to point something out to everyone. I had a long conversation with Kayla. We had like an hour-long conversation. And I told her, because she didn't hear this last night on the live stream, but I told her what I said last night is that I don't want Jack to suffer. I want Jack to be healthy and happy and to be living a good life. But there's a part of me that feels very relieved and also very validated that what he needed, I couldn't provide. And that might sound horrible to some people, but, hear me. Hey, sweet Scorpio. Hi. My new friend, Sweet Scorpio from Uncle Jack. And Uncle Jack has been really generous and wonderful with all of this. Um, so, these people that have, and we know who they are. Don't need to name names, but these people that have come at me about Jack, and I didn't do the right thing for Jack, and I could have done more for Jack, and blah 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 blah. Kayla made the point that, okay, first of all, without the care that Feline Solutions gave, and I had kind of said this last night too. The SNAP test was about $50. The urinalysis, the fecal samples, the deworming, all of this stuff that Feline Solutions did prior to going to the vet. The vet visit today, okay? The vet visit today was, they did a full, as far as I know, they did a full blood panel, the basic exam, and also, I don't know if she did a urinalysis. I don't know if she took I don't know if she took a urine. No, I don't think she did. I think they just basically did the blood panel, the exam, the meds. I think that's kind of it. Over $200. I think she said 250, something like that. That's just for that little bit of treatment. Kayla said, if I had treated the cat, and again, let's go back to this person who adopted Valentino. We don't want to say names, those who shall not be named. But that person that came at me and said I was a horrible person and I was mean to Jack and blah, 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 blah. And this person that, if I was closer, I'd come and get him. Okay, well, we offered to bring him to you, but you didn't want him, did you? And I know why you didn't want him. Because it would have been thousands of dollars to treat this cat. In California last week, Cosmos with a full poop panel was over $300. Exactly. No, Catitude, it's not bad. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, but my point is Feline Solutions did so much before that, and that's why it wasn't bad, because they stepped in and they did all of this testing and everything. And they are this small rescue group that are completely run by volunteers. And they're not getting any money from big benefactors. They're not getting money from big corporations. They're not getting money from Best Friends Animal Society. They're getting money from, the community, from people like you, from people like, my friend Susan has donated to them. And so they're getting like the, $25, $50, $100, $200 donations. They're not getting $40,000 donations. It would be great if they got something like that, but they're not getting that. They're doing all of this basically on a shoestring budget, and they do amazing things, and they're helping so much. But, my point in all this is that I think, again, of course, these are people that they're going to look outside. It's sunny and 90 degrees, and they're going to say, oh, it's raining and it's, -12, because they don't live in reality and they don't want to accept the truth, and they don't want to look at the actual facts that are presented to them. But, the fact remains that what I did for Jack, it makes me feel better that I didn't let him down as much as I thought I did, because I couldn't have done that. I couldn't even do that for my cats. $1,000, I'd have to do a GoFundMe if I had a $5,000 vet bill or something. I'd have to raise money for them, because I don't have that kind of money on hand. Most people don't. So, so that kind of leads me into the next thing that, and I talked about this a little bit last night on the live stream, but because it was a very long live stream, it was like a 10-hour live stream. And I think about half of that was Jack and his friends, Uncle Jack and his friends. and I did kind of mention this. Did you miss a final diagnosis for Jack, or we wait? Well, the final, I guess the final diagnosis is he has just a very bad urinary, or not urinary tract, respiratory infection. She didn't say that it was anything specific like chlamydia or Bordetella or anything like that, cat mama. So I'm guessing I can clarify with her later, but I don't think it was anything specific. It's just like upper respiratory infection that's just become chronic. So, you know, that's what they're treating for. That's what she's treating for now. The urinary tract infection's almost resolved. The crystals are dissolving. There's just a few that she said can be passed out. So, I don't know. I mean, and maybe she was in between, she was coming back from the vet, going home, and then going to another meeting. So maybe she just didn't maybe she didn't tell me everything either, just because she was in a hurry. We'll clarify. But that's as far as I know. She didn't say anything that it was herpes or any specific thing like that. She just said upper respiratory infection. So here's the problem now that I'm having. With and I don't want to say the name. So Jesse finally got some sort of pneumonia vaccine that is supposed to help with sensitive kitties. Huh. That's interesting too. I don't know. Well, Kayla's on the channel now. She's a manager, so she can do a video, or she can even go live. I can go through Facebook. One of the reasons why it took so long for me to get on here is I'm looking into another streaming platform, because I'm using the free version of StreamYard right now, but I'm limited how many hours I have, and it it's gotten so expensive. It's like $50 a month now for the basic plan, which is ridiculous. So I was looking at another streaming platform, and I had it all set up, was ready to go. And then it says, oh, thank you, Just Me Penny. Just Me Penny says, I finally got the live. Just want to say I appreciate and enjoy your videos and cats, especially when I'm feeling down or having a hard day. So gotta run, just trying to support. So have a great day. Thank you. That was really nice. Tried this other platform, Eve Mux or something like that. Got it all set up, ready to go, ready to go live. And then it says, you're limited to 2 hours. I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, Uncle Jack isn't here, so probably, I'm not going to go 2 hours, but I'm kind of like, why are you limited? You give 30 free hours a month, but you limit them to 2 hours at a time? Okay. Well, I guess, when I do short ones, I'll just go on there. And when I want to do long ones, I'll go in here. Cat Mama. I gave her a toy of Silvervine the other day, and she immediately started sneezing. Oh, maybe she's allergic to Silvervine? Or it could just be dusty too, because sometimes the catnip stuff is a little dusty. My Niffler was sneezing last night, and he doesn't seem to be. I heard him one time today, but I haven't heard him since. And I said something to Kale. I said, do you think Jack could have caught something from Jack? Because I had him up top and I had him covered. And she said, well, I don't think what Jack has is contagious, but maybe, if he continues to sneeze, start him on some Doxy. So, yeah. So, okay. So here's the issue now with Feline Solutions. I talked about this last night on, I think in between visits from Uncle Jack. And I have a lot of allergies too, Cat Mama. Um, what I presented last night is this. I was on the fence about, because I am eligible for monetization as far as memberships and super chats and all these things. And I was kind of on the fence about it because I really feel like the economy's so bad right now and everybody's struggling, and I didn't feel, I mean, it just kind of feels tone deaf to be asking people for money when they're trying to take care of their own cats. I mean, I know that I have a colony, I get that, but other people have colonies too on here. So why is it fair for me to be sitting here with my hand out when other people are also struggling? I don't know. It just bothers me. I'm just kind of really sensitive to it. And so I thought, okay, maybe we'll just put a pin in that until things get a little better, and then we'll start it maybe. And now with Feline Solutions coming on, I'm thinking, hey, this would be a good thing to do. I mean, maybe that, this would be and also I'm not a nonprofit. That's another thing that kind of bothers me. I mean, it's one thing if somebody wants to buy a box of cat food off of the Amazon wish list and send it to me, but I kind of just don't feel right. I mean, I'd rather, like I did with Cat Mama, I'd rather, if you wanna help support Jack and everything, instead of sending money to me, send it to Feline Solutions. Now that we have Kayla on the channel, that's more possible. My personal cats, if you want to send a couple of bucks here and there for a litter or whatever, I mean, I don't see a big issue with that, but I don't want to be that person with the handout all the time. And my idea was, and is, to start up these memberships and donate the money from them to Feline Solutions, because anything that helps them is also going to help me. So they can, if I need anything, they could help me with those resources. I have a cat that needs vaccinations or something that aren't rabies. They could help me with that. I mean, they have helped me a lot, and they help other people too. And I thought that would be a good thing to do. So I was thinking about that. And then, Cat Mama, you're going to love this one. I found out that our little Sasquatch friend that was on here, that was a manager, the Sasquatch that was the manager on here. I love that. Uncle Jack, thank you so much for that. Well, the Sasquatch that was on here, apparently, and I didn't watch the video, but apparently put out another video, and now calling for a massive attack on me. I'm so done with it. So I can't tell you how done I am with this individual. This individual needs to be inpatient somewhere. And I'm just waiting for someone I'm waiting for them to completely snap so that they get arrested and get forced into inpatient, involuntary commitment. I'm just waiting for it to happen, because I'm going to be so relieved when it does. So this individual, apparently part of the plan is to report me to all the programs that I receive. Part of the plan, anyway. I don't know what they want to accomplish by that. I don't. Because like I've said, and I talked to Kayla today about this, I don't have anything. My car isn't functional. I'm not receiving an income from this channel. It's not monetized. I'm not getting anything from it. I guarantee you SSI isn't going to care about somebody donating a carton of cat food to me. It's stupid. It's just absolutely stupid. talking about going to HUD, that person, they don't even understand how this program operates. HUD isn't going to do anything because it isn't through HUD. It's subsidized with HUD, but it isn't run by HUD. It goes through another funding stream. You'd have to go through that other funding stream, and I'm not going to tell you what that funding stream is. You figure it out on your own, bitch. Then you're going to have to get a lot of my information, like social security number and all this stuff. If you have all that information, I'm going to get you for I will bring you down. At that point, I will put my hand out to my community and say, hey, let's start a GoFundMe and take this bitch down. Because it's not okay what they're doing. And I don't know. I'm just hoping that I think tomorrow I have that first introduction with YouTube. And maybe they saw that community post and maybe that's what they think. Maybe they think, maybe they're upset about that. You know what? That's your problem. Like, I think it was Never Give Up said, I worked hard on this channel. I've gone through all kinds of hell for this channel. Yeah, exactly, Cat Mama. Cat Mama says she's probably reacting defensively in every way she knows. I've gone through a lot of obstacles, not just in my life, but other things too, to put out this content and to grow this channel. I don't ask for anything. I'm not on here begging for money. Cat Mama, and bless your heart, Cat Mama, she even pointed out last night that when we had the discussion about Jack, I said, send it to Feline Solutions. So she can verify that I'm not asking people for money. I never did. I mean, it's helpful when I get donations, but I'm not sitting here begging for it. No, it's horrible. Yeah, Mary, I'll talk a little bit about it here since, we're, because it's a lot. It's like a 10-hour stream because we had Uncle Jack and everything we just go nuts when Uncle Jack's on. It's just lots of, it's just no holds barred. And I've already told my landlord, I've already told them if this Sasquatch calls, what's going on? I mean, and that's what would have to happen. They would have to, because it's not coming from HUD. It's HUD funding, but the funding stream is not through HUD. It's through a different agency. And I'm not going to say what that agency is. I mean, if you want to spend your time, instead of helping cats, if you want to spend your time doing that, fine. But I'm not giving you any more information than, I'm not helping you out. Because what you're doing is wrong and it's stupid. And we're going to talk a little more about, because Kayla and I had a discussion about this as well. And I will tell you up front, Sasquatch, if you start messing with Kayla, you will be a sorry person. Because Kayla does not play. That's one of the reasons why I like her, and that's one of the reasons. And I've seen her in action. You do not want to tick her off. You do not. She's a great person. She's a loving person, a giving person, very generous. She'll literally give you the shirt off of her back. But don't mess with her. Because she will. If she has to fight back, she will fight back. And she'll do it legally. But I can tell you right now, she's a lot smarter than you are. So I wouldn't even try it. So I would just stick over there to your little Sasquatch land with your little Sasquatch buddy and just whatever it is that you do and leave us alone. But as far as, reporting me to HUD, go ahead, try it. It ain't going to work because I'm not doing anything wrong. And, you would have to go to my landlord. And again, landlord's not even going to talk to you because they know what the situation is. They'll report you to the police because that's what they've been instructed to do. And then the other thing was going to Department of Human Services and reporting me to, I guess, welfare, Social Security, whatever. Again, I don't have any income. And I am allowed to have a certain amount of money every month. And I know what the rules are and I follow the rules. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that too. Cause I want to see how you convince them that I have an income when I don't. I mean, this has to stop. This is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous at this point. And like Kayla and I talked about, Kayla and I talked tonight, and I explained to Kayla what happened and what the situation was that led to all this. And I'm just going to say one thing about this whole situation. I'm not going to go into the weeds with it. But Kayla, who has been in the animal welfare field for, pretty much since she graduated high school. So she's worked with a lot. She worked at the York SPCA. So she knows what humane officers, animal control folks, she knows what they do. And what she said to me today was quite interesting. She said, Wanda, she said, first of all, animal control, and humane officer, they don't want to take people's animals. That's something that is a big myth. They're not out there wanting to go and take people's animals. Because what are they going to do with them? They don't want to deal with it. It's more money for the shelter. It's more, especially with these shelters that are no kill. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with 40 cats? Animal control in the Sasquatches area, it's on their website. There's plenty of little articles about it. They don't even deal with cats, stray cats, unless they are injured or sick. So, as Kayla pointed out, if 40 plus cats have been euthanized, then they were in really bad shape. And since the Sasquatch was caring for them, that's on the Sasquatch. Because the Sasquatch didn't care for them properly if 40 plus were euthanized, which I highly doubt happened. But I'm really tired of this. And Mary, since you're on here, Mary, and you didn't, I'm going to say this for Mary's benefit because, it's like 10-hour stream and I don't know where exactly I said this. There was and I was going to make a community post about this, and then I thought I'm not going to do it because I just don't want to give any energy. But, in light of all this, because what they're doing now can negatively impact my trying to help Feline Solutions. And that's not okay because Feline Solutions didn't do anything. They did nothing to this person. And they're trying, and for people that are all, I'm helping cats. Oh, we raised $2,000 for this, no kill, Best Friends Animal Society funded mega corporate charity because we love cats and we want to help them. And I want to get back to my community. No, you want clicks and likes and more subscribers. That's what you want. Because if you really cared, you would just let this go. Nothing happened. The cats are still there. I don't know what the other Sasquatch's issue is. But I can tell you if that Sasquatch cannot afford food for 3 weeks because they're paying for an injured cat that isn't even theirs, that was a stray cat, then that's on them. And there's a problem. And, some other issues, mental health wise. But going back to what happened here, Mary, is, and again, I was not going to bring this out, but I think it's important to bring it out because what was done hurt people, particularly Cat Mama. Cat Mama seems to be the target of a lot of this, and it's not okay. There was a video put out, and I didn't watch the video, but in the comments, I got a screenshot of the comments. Somebody sent it to me. And the comment, and I don't remember the whole thing, but basically the comment named you, Mary. Mary was named in it. All of my longtime core subscriber supporters, Mary, Deb, Cat Mama, Mark, Catitude, and Chris Wiley. All of them were named. I think I got everybody. Everybody was named. Yeah, everybody was named. And Cat Mama's real name was put in parentheses. I think it was parentheses in front of her username. That's a form of doxing. And that's probably why the video got taken down, because they realized that was a form of doxing. But like I said, I have the screenshot and I'm holding on to it, because if this continues, I'll find a way to get to a lawyer. If only to get, if only to get a cease and desist letter written out. A real cease and desist letter, not some piece of shit that I find online like you sent me, but a real cease and desist letter sent by a lawyer, basically saying, if you continue this harassment, there will be legal action taken against you. And just keep in mind that when push comes to shove, there's a lot of people that you've come after and you've hurt and you've harassed and you've screwed over. I don't think it'd be any problem at all to get $100 scraped together to get that letter. And if it went further than that, if you didn't obey that letter, which, I mean, it's not legally binding, but that's the first step. A cease and desist letter tells the person, if you don't stop and you continue, you've got that paper. And again, not some piece of shit form template thing that you find online where where there's all these little, I laughed at that. The Sasquatch sent me a cease and desist letter, emailed me a cease and desist letter that they took off some template on some website, and even it was like parentheses name. I mean, even the stuff like that was in there. It wasn't even filled out. It was just ridiculous. It was just like the Sasquatch's name and you're bothering me, stop it. That's basically what the thing was. It was stupid. It wouldn't have hold up. I mean, a judge would look at it and laugh. But I will go to a real lawyer because I know some people in my area. Actually, there's a lawyer on the board of one of the boards that I sit on. I don't know if they do that kind of thing, but I'm sure they know other lawyers, because lawyers know lawyers, right? Just like doctors know doctors and cops know cops, and everybody's all connected in those little cliques. I have no problem sending him an email and saying, hey, I've got this problem. Do you know anybody that can write me a letter? And honestly, a lot of lawyers, if it's one of their buddies saying, hey, I got a board member being harassed by some wacko Sasquatch in Arkansas, yeah, they probably wouldn't even charge me. And I also know people that I can just go to and they'll crowdfund in a second for me. I just don't take advantage of people like that because I don't think it's right. And it's definitely, yeah, and Mary, it's not okay, Mary. And the thing that bothered me about this, above and beyond, oh, and the whole comment, I didn't say, the whole comment was basically shaming everyone and, basically bullying and shaming everyone for supporting me in the channel, and accusing all of you of having the red stuff on your hands. What happens when you cut yourself and that red stuff comes out? Because they're asserting that 40 plus cats were unalived, which I really do not believe. And again, if that happened, like Kayla said, probably because they were in bad shape. And I will say this too. I mean, Kayla even said, someone comes over here on the channel and makes those kind of comments, she will come back at you and she will set you straight. So just to know that, you want to troll. I mean, we had some fun trolls last night in the chat with Uncle Jack. That's different. But I mean, and again, like I said last night, I'm going to say it again. We are also sickos reportedly. Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot about that, Cat Mama. It's good you remembered. Yeah, we are also sickos reportedly. Yeah. And see, my problem with this is the people that they named. I have Mary here in the chat, and Mary's open about this, so I'm not saying anything that Mary doesn't post herself. But, Mary's in a camper. Mary has a walker. Mary is struggling financially like I am, like a lot of people are. What the hell did Mary do to you? Mary did nothing. Mary didn't even donate to anything. Mary's the most benign person here. Mary doesn't cause any problems, never caused any problems. It's just insane. Then we have somebody else. Yeah, and I'm just going to put this up here, Cat Mama, because this is absolutely true. It came up in my feed, and I really regret watching it. I had a huge mental health dive after that. Exactly. Cat Mama went off the channel for a while. And I told her that's fine. But she has to do what she has to do to protect herself and to stay safe. And that's why, I'm avoiding having these conversations. But, I want to bring this up because I just want people to know, and those people who know who I'm talking about. And now they're trying to interfere with my helping a small rescue that helps so many people. I mean, Kayla said in the chat last night, they helped a woman, and I talked to her today about this. There's a woman who was homeless, living out of her car, had a cat, and she relinquished the cat to Feline Solutions because she was afraid. That's right, Deb. Yeah, Deb was named too. I forgot about poor Deb. Yes, Mary, I agree with that. Mary says, I kept getting gifted membership, so I finally unsubscribed. I just don't want to see it in my feed. I want to stay balanced, and the less hate, the better. That's right. We don't need any hate right now. Jesus. I can go on YouTube right now, and my feed's full of hate from the federal level. Yeah, and get on my soapbox for a minute. Get political for a minute. My neighbor's Puerto Rican. She's afraid to go outside because she's afraid some weirdos in a black van are going to come and take her and send her to an El Salvadorian prison. She's perfectly legal. She's documented. She's been here for years. People shouldn't live in fear in their own country. It's insane. We've alienated our best friends, the Canadians, and all these, all these great allies that we've had. We've alienated them. Is somebody that is running the country, the king who's running the country, can't even get their shit together. They'd rather go golfing than to give a send-off to military people who died. It's not okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mary. We have enough fucking hate in the world. We don't need to be hating each other. I see it here in my community. Kayla and I talked about it today. Like the pun is that rescues are some of the cattiest people around. Catty, as in catty. And it's not how, the people, it's supposed to be about helping the cats and the people that care for them. And that's not what happens, because everybody's like, I don't like that. I don't like them. That rescue, those people, they started in like that. Well, I don't like you. Well, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. I mean, it's crazy. Well, I'm not going to work with them. That rescue. Oh my God. You can't believe what they do. Why can't you just stop? Stop acting like children. I had a really good conversation with Kayla. Really good. One of the things I said in that one of the things that I said to her is, I would love to talk the former director of the SPCA, the one who basically when I was homeless, I had to surrender my dogs and everything, and then I got cited for animal neglect and abandonment and all that stuff that went down. And she could have done something about that, and she didn't. And also other people that had mental health issues were also basically punished for the mental illness when they were trying to get their animals help. They went inpatient or whatever, and the animals were left behind, and they called desperately trying. I mean, I when I was inpatient, I saw that happen. There was a man, he had a cat. He had raised her since she was a kitten. And he had a mental health crisis. They took him directly from his apartment. And this is the shame of the mental health industry. I'm going to call it an industry. Because they don't do this kind of shit for people that, I have a heart attack. I'm going to be treated much better than if I have a mental health crisis. The way people are treated when they have mental health crisis, it's inhumane. It's getting better, but there's still a lot that needs to be changed about it. We don't dunk people in ice water anymore. Strap them in straitjackets and tie them to chairs and stuff. We don't do that anymore. At least, we don't hear about it. I'm not supposed to do it. It's illegal. But there's other stuff that's done. Like people getting strip searched. When I went a couple times in my life, I went to the hospital. I didn't get strip searched, but when I went inpatient, I got strip searched. I was like, "What the hell is this? What? It was like I was in jail. I've never been to jail, but it was like what you hear about going into jail. And so this man, 40-year-old guy, this was back in 2012? Yeah, 2012. He got taken directly from his apartment, taken to the hospital, and then taken inpatient. Didn't even just had clothes like, what I have here. This is what he had. No clothes. Didn't let him pack clothes, nothing. Just took him. Nothing. Toothbrush, nothing. He had a cat. He raised the cat from the time she was a kitten, like little Maleficent. It was his buddy. And he had to leave her behind. She was in bad shape. I think he called her Mocha. I think that was her name. I just remember, I mean, it was so tragic. I just remember this. I watched him every day call the York SPCA, begging for someone to go out and take care of her because she didn't have food. I mean, they took him. They didn't care about the cat. They just took him, left her behind. She had health issues. She needed medication and stuff. Well, I think you all know where this is going. By the time the humane officer got around to going out to check on the cat, I don't have any love for her either. The cat was in bad shape. The cat, I don't remember if the cat naturally unalived or they euthanized her. I don't remember which, but the end result was the same. And I remember this man, 40-year-old guy, bawling his eyes out. Every day he would be on that phone in tears, begging them. And I remember sitting and talking to him and him telling me, maybe I should have triggered warning this. I remember him telling me, he said, I remember her as a little kid and I used to roll the ball across the floor. And she looked like, I think he called her latte or mocha because she looked like coffee. She had like coffee color. And that poor, and that's the way our York SPCA treated people. Yeah, that's a good idea, Cat Mama. Cat Mama says, I worry about that. So I have notes on my fridge, in my wallet, etc. Neighbors have keys, etc. And I told them it's in case I ever get carted away in an ambulance. That's a good idea. That is very good. The director of the old director of the SPCA is working with Feline Solutions to help them because the new director is so bad. And I said something to Kayla today, and I said, I said I'm not. I mean, I knew who she was. I mean, when we took the kittens the other week, I had, she was talking to me a little bit. I don't think she remembered who I was, but I talked to her, and I was, I was polite to her. I'm not going to cause problems for Feline Solutions. Obviously, that's not the place, and I'm not going to spout off on her and tell her she's a horrible person because I don't know, what was going on in her life either at that point. I mean, that's years and years of therapy to get to this point, And I said something to Kayla, and I said, I would love to have a conversation with her. I said, I just want her to know how much trauma was caused. And I want to hear her side. And I want to try to get past it. And I want to try to mend it. And I said, I think it would help me a lot. And I think it might help her a lot too. Because it sounds like there were a lot of things going on behind the scenes that she didn't, that nobody knew. And Kayla said, she said she probably would talk to you. She said, because I think she would like that too. And so, I'm not adverse to working things out with people. I'm not. But let me see here. Cat Mama says, this is because I read medical records with patients worried about their animals. Yeah. He said, I have. a card I carry with all my kitties' names. I probably should do something like that. I don't have. I mean, there's also, um, there's also, what do they call it? Not a living will. There's, I think it's like a power of attorney for your animals, something like that, where you can, name where they can go and stuff. And I have to look into that because I really need to do something like that. I mean, I'm in a better position now that if something like that would happen, I have my friend Susan, I have Tiana, I have plenty of folks that would help. Because they know, I mean, even I think my housing supervisor, I mean, they would know, they would not, they would, because they've gotten a lot better. We have a lot more. When I moved in here, there's one guy that had a dog, and that didn't last very long because he wasn't taking care of the dog. But now we have, Mrs. Sanford has a dog. I have the cats. My next door neighbor has birds. I don't know. My upstairs neighbor has cat. I don't know if she got them, but she does have cats that somebody was holding for her while she was in shelter. So I don't know if she got him back yet or not. She was supposed to have gotten him back by now, but I don't know. I don't hear anything. I mean, she's very quiet, so I don't know. But my point is here in all of this is, taking it back to the Sasquatch. My question, about mental health here, my question for the husband of the Sasquatch is, why are you not doing anything for her? That's really interesting to me, that you're spending all your time on other channels and chats, changing usernames to come over here and cause problems, threatening civil suits, threatening to take down the channel, threatening this and that and the other. Meanwhile, it's quite obvious your wife is having a mental break, I would say a psychotic break. The behavior, all of it's bizarre. I mean, we'll figure out a way to do these memberships and everything that benefits Feline Solutions and doesn't ding me, or that they can't really report it. But, I shouldn't have to worry with that. It's stupid. And going back to that nasty comment, like Cat Mama said, they're all sickos apparently. There's people on there, just the people that don't know. There was people on that list. Deb donated money to the Sasquatch. Cat Mama donated money. Chris donated money. Mark donated money. Mary didn't do anything wrong. Catitude didn't do anything wrong. Mark right now, he's dealing with his beloved cat that's having some kind of a heart issue. And he's, every day that he can keep his cat with him happy and, keep his cat with him stable and comfortable is a win. But it's costing a lot of money for him, a lot of emotional, angst. He has a relative that is terminal. We have somebody else in that group that has a relative that's terminal, and they have other issues. I mean, everybody in that group is dealing with shit. Some more so than others, but everybody's dealing with shit. So who are you to pile more shit on them? Especially when, again, not meaning to single out Cat Mama, but Cat Mama was very generous with this person. More generous than she should have been. And like I said last night, you don't have to, if you have a falling out with somebody, you don't have to have contact with them or love them or anything like that. Just, you know, agree to disagree and walk away and just let it go. You know, you got what you wanted. You got $600 from a GoFundMe that wasn't even used for what it was supposed to be used for. And that was another thing that Kayla pointed out to me, which I really wasn't, I kind of thought it, I kind of knew this, but I really wasn't thinking about it. And that is that, you know, soliciting money for your 40 plus cats without a nonprofit status is illegal. You know, setting up sponsorships and things like that. You can't do that. I mean, you could put up a PayPal and say you want to help with the cost of whatever. That's one thing. But to be on here and representing it as a rescue when it's not, because like I said, I'm not a rescue, and I've made that very clear. And I had I'll tell everyone something else too that I didn't talk about this before. I'm not going to name the channel, but there is a cat channel. I mean, some of you are familiar with I Am Raven Warrior. So there's a cat channel that everything that this person makes on the channel, his channel's on the small side. It's like 5,000, I think, 5,000 subscribers, somewhere in there, 4 to 5,000 subscribers. But everything that he makes on his channel, he donates to cat rescues. And he picks ones that are, I mean, I think he tries to do smaller ones. And some of you may know who I'm talking about, but I don't want to name the channel because I don't want, it's not that I don't support what this person's doing. I just don't want the haters going over there. So Raven recommended me, and I saw it in a chat, and I was like, I'm not a rescue. So I found the channel, emailed the person, let him know I'm not a rescue, but Feline Solutions is. They're legitimate. They have 501c3. I don't. So they're on the list. I think they do rotations, so they're on the list at some point. They'll probably be raising funds for them. But I don't know what the solution is with this. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just trying not to say anything more than I have to. Just let it go. Just ignore it. But it's kind of hard to ignore when the person and the person is also and the person has contacted people that I know and organizations that I'm involved with. Of course, I'm not going to name names or organizations, but yeah. Yep, they've emailed. They literally sat down, wrote out an email, and emailed organizations that I'm involved with, telling them that, yeah, I have the red stuff on my hands. I'm responsible for the euthanization of 40 plus cats. Now, of course, those organizations are just looking at like, oh, Looney Tunes. They're just, they just like look at it but it's still an issue. And like I said, if it continues much longer, I'm going to be looking into. In fact, maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I will email the lawyer on the board and just run this by him and say, hey, I have this situation. Do you know anybody that could help me with this? I don't have a lot of money. Or is there some way that I could do it myself? I mean, what can I do? Because I'm really tired of it. Because it's not just impacting me now. It's also impacting my community, Feline Solutions, and Jack, the cat. So I want to talk a few minutes about Jack, Uncle Jack, the human. He was on last night. Just, I'm kind of like doing an overview here of the 10-hour stream. Um, so he was on last night a couple of times. Jack's always a blast, very acquired sense of humor. But he's a good guy, and he means well, and his community's very good people. And Kayla just loved it. She thought it's just right up her alley. She was laughing her butt off while all this was going on. Cat Mama was giving some pretty good zingers in there last night. I was enjoying that. I was really proud. I was proud of you, Cat Mama. You were giving it. You were. I think you were taking him back. He didn't know what to do with some of that. But kind of the end result of that was, I think he talked about having me on his show in a couple of days to try to raise some money for Feline Solutions, and to get, because Jack's gonna, and I did email him too and let him know that, he went and he get the vet appointment, and you're gonna need, he's gonna need some. It doesn't look like it's going to be thousands of dollars that's going to be needed, but it would be nice to be able to send them 500 to 1,000 just to help cover costs of everything, because Kayla's going to have him at her place at least for the next 20 days or so, and then possibly, if he can't be adopted, they can't kick that, if that is indeed a chronic infection and they can't kick it, and he's always going to have this low grade infection that they're going to have to deal with, that's going to cost in the long run. So it'd be nice to be able to help them out. And they do. It's not just Jack and the kittens. There's other cats that they take in and they spay and neuter, and they help support them with, first line vet care, triage vet care, until they can get them to a vet if they really have something that Kayla can't handle. She's lucky she has a vet that's really good and will help her and oversee her and give her guidance if she needs guidance. Because a lot of the stuff everyone here, you've worked with cats, you've worked with a colony, a lot of this stuff that the vets do, they can teach you to do at home. So it's not like you have to bring, Cat Mom. I don't have to take your cat in every time that they need an asthma treatment, or they need, an IV or something like that. They can train you how to do that, and that's perfectly legal. It's not practicing veterinary medicine without a license. Just putting that out there, because I can see that's the next thing that's going to happen. Just kind of trying to keep, 2 steps ahead. Because I can just see the wheels turning. Oh, maybe we can report Feline Solutions. Maybe we can report. Yeah, maybe you need just to stop. Because like I said, I'm close to a genuine cease and desist letter, and then from there, it's actually going to be legal. Because if YouTube won't do anything, cops, and tomorrow, I'm hoping that when I sit in on this YouTube thing, I'm hoping that I'm able to just at least put that out there and say, hey, what do you got to do to stop the bullying on this fucking platform? Because you have me in this program, you think that my content's good and everything. So I can't really do what I need to do when I'm dealing with this wackadoodle Sasquatch that keeps attacking the camp every day or so. I don't care what the Sasquatch posts. I don't care what videos they throw. I don't watch the stuff. I don't even go to well, apparently the channel keeps changing. I don't even mess with it because I don't have time for it. But when it comes to, okay, now we're contacting friends and organizations that I am affiliated with, when it comes to attacking community members, when it comes to threatening to, go to the SSI or whatever and saying, oh, she's got making money off of YouTube. When it comes to that, and now I have to stop and address it, you're pissing me off. I don't like that. I have limited amounts of energy, and I have even more limited amounts of patience at this point. And I have enough in my day. I have this whole apartment that I'm still trying to get cleaned up from packing, unpacking, going to move, not going to move. I have to tear down crates out here. I have cats to feed. I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. I don't need to be bugged by this person. And I definitely shouldn't have to worry about, I'm already at the federal. I mean, there's another thing. Good luck even getting through any of these with at the federal level, with all of these agencies being dismantled and everything being, the employees all being fired and staff being reduced. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to take time out of your day to go to the SSI or go to the Social Security office and stand in line, and then come up there and go, I want to report this person in Pennsylvania. Yeah, she's on YouTube. She got $20 in memberships last month. What? Yeah, she's working. She's working. Do you see how stupid that is? Do you ever look in the mirror? Do you ever listen to yourself? It's just stupid. Well, what did Jack say last night? Sasquatches aren't very bright. They're not. They have that big frontal lobe like a Neanderthal, but nothing really clicking up there. I mean, go ahead. You want to waste your time? I mean, if you have so much time on your hands, God bless you. Wish I had that. I do. I wish I could sit here all day and just, I'm going to see, oh, who can I pick? Oh, I don't like you. Okay, next comment. You're stinky. Oh, yeah. What a disgusting waste of time. That's pathetic. I don't know. I mean, I'm 58 years old. I'm very aware that time's ticking for me. I don't know about anybody else. I know there are people in this chat that are 50 and above, but I'm very cognizant of it. I try not to think about it, but sometimes it's like, I look at Maleficent and go, holy shit, is she going to outlive me? Maybe I shouldn't have done this. I'm very cognizant of it. So why am I going to spend my time doing stupid shit, doing negative shit, doing stuff that's not productive? I mean, this person told me that I should, take care of my cats and be more productive. Okay, well, maybe, again, look in the mirror and take your own words to heart, because I think I've taken good care of the cats. Jack's getting what he's needed. It was a process, but he's where he needs to be now. And as far as productive, I mean, I got a whole shitload of stuff going on. I don't know who that is. I ain't answering it. I'm not expecting anything. I don't have any packages or anything coming today that I know of. And if they can just sit it out there. If it is, I'll get it. Yeah, Mary Miles says, I'll be 65 this summer. I think about it too. Yeah, I mean, you get, you start to think about these things. And think about stuff that you didn't do in your life that you wanted to do and you didn't get time to do it. Think about all the time you wasted. I mean, I don't dwell on it, but, every once in a while, a thought goes through my head. It's like, what the fuck did I do with my life? Where'd it go? I can't even believe it's been 5 years since the virus. Can you believe that? It just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like it was last year. And that's another thing too. I think people are still impacted by that. You know, I look at myself in the mirror and it's like, what happened? Where'd that 20-year-old go? You know, there's a lot that I want to do. I would like to own my own home before I pass. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'd like to. I'd like to have an income. I feel like I've done a lot, you know. I spent a lot of time caregiving. I don't want to go into all, that's another long story, but I mean, I spent a lot of time caregiving. So I spent, mostly my 20s, 30s, 40s. I managed to get to school. I managed to go through Millersville. I went to Millersville University. Managed to get my bachelor's of science. Did that. Was very proud of that. Graduated 3.85 GPA. In the same year that I did that, my father passed away from prostate cancer. My mom was disabled. I was taking care of her. I mean, I went through a lot, just like people here. Everyone has a story. Everyone goes through shit. But, I learned a long time ago that it's what really ends up defining you a person is how you handle shit that happens to you. Because I did. I spent a lot. I mean, honestly, the way the Sasquatch is behaving, there was a time where I would have behaved like that too. But then I learned. And one of the things that helped me a lot was therapy. Therapy, DPT, and years of it. Not just a couple of months, years of it. So when I see this person that, I'm telling you right now, if it doesn't stop, you keep on this path, something bad's gonna happen to you. And that's not a threat. I'm just saying there's something bad. You're gonna implode and explode at the same time, and things are really this shit's really gonna hit the fan. And they will put you inpatient. Or 6 feet under. Because there'll be a self-exiting event. And again, if I was that Sasquatch's husband, I'd be very concerned. And the last thing that I'd be worried about is some random bitch in Pennsylvania that's really no threat at all. So, we all make our choices. But no, with all the choices, there are consequences. I've had consequences I had to deal with. I'm sure people in this chat have had consequences. People that are watching have made choices and had consequences, and not all the consequences were good. There's too much that I want to do. And I don't have time. This is why I just kind of try to stay away from it, let it go. But, when I need to address it, I'll have to address it. And I think, was it Never Give Up that said it? I don't know. One of our, I don't know if they're a subscriber or not, but one of our followers just called them boogers. And yeah, I agree. But the thing is, it's when it's happening to you and it's personal, it's kind of hard to ignore when you have people saying, I got this weird email. What the hell? And then you have to explain, well, this is someone that's very unstable and, here's the situation. Oh. And see, luckily, the people that I'm friends with and the organizations that I'm involved with, they deal on a daily basis with people that are unstable and people that are unhoused and have mental health issues. And so you're lucky, Sasquatch. You're lucky. You're lucky that you're dealing with people that are compassionate and give you grace even though you may not deserve it. So if I were you, I would just stop whatever it is you're doing, take down your stupid little videos, go get some help, go get some therapy, leave my community alone, leave me alone, definitely leave Kayla alone. Don't poke that bear. I'm warning you right now. I wouldn't poke that bear. No way in hell would I poke that bear. I've seen her in action. I wouldn't go there. And I would find a way to get help. And all of your little supporters, if they really want to help you, start a GoFundMe for therapy, but actually use it for that. Don't just take it and go to Subway. I'm sure that there's places. I'm sure if you dig hard enough, you can find something. I mean, I know where you're living, and that wooded area that you're living in might not be easy to find a therapist, but I think you could find one, even if you have to go online. But that's not my responsibility. And you can believe whatever you want to believe, but the fact of the matter is that what was being done was not right. It's not okay to take money from people. Yeah. Right. Cigarettes before food. Right. That's not my fault. That's not Cat Mama's fault. That's not our choice. I understand wanting to help cats. I do. I get it. But again, it comes down to like with Jack. I could have went without food for 3 weeks and taken care of him. At least got him to a vet maybe. But here's the problem with that. If I don't take care of myself, and honestly, I don't take care of myself as well as I should either, and I'm working on that, but I do eat, and I try to eat. I mean, look at my refrigerator, it's fresh broccoli, salad, rice, stuff like that. Sorry vegans, but there's some chicken and there's some fish and things like that too. But I try to eat healthy. I try to take care of myself the best I can. I try to take care of my mental health because and believe me, there's been times I've been sick. I mean, I've been like barely able to get off the couch sick. I remember one time I was so sick, I had like a sinus infection and I was lightheaded and the whole 9 yards. And I still managed to get down those stairs somehow to take care of those cats because I knew if I didn't do it, nobody could. And that's like one of my big fears is like, oh my God, what happens to me? What happens? That's why I'm so careful, like in this ice and all this other stuff, because I break a leg, I'm screwed. There is nobody to help me. nobody at least easily that can help me. I'd have to like make a lot of phone calls and try to figure something out. But, they depend on me. And so that's why I said, like last night, you have to know what your boundaries are, what your limits are. Hey, for Cat Mama, it's 4 cats. For me, it's a little more, but that's because I'm on disability. I don't have to work. I mean, it'd be nice if I could. I'm trying to find something. Was in the. It's not hard. It's not easy. Once you get into, it's really not easy to get off of these services. I've had plenty of conversations with providers that will tell you that. They may not say it out loud, but off the record, they'll say it's really hard, and we understand, and we'll help you as much as we can. But yeah, can't afford the cigarettes, the vapes, go to Subway, $900 bed for the little Sasquatch. People start to wonder. Again, not on me, not on Cat Mama, not on Mary, Catitude, any of them. That's not our responsibility, just our observation. You had a chance. I'm just going to say this one time and then I'm done. Had a chance to make a difference. You had a chance that I would have loved to have had. Had I known you were going to squander that, I wouldn't have started the GoFundMe, or I would have started the GoFundMe for myself. And I would have made this channel into an LLC. And, well, I don't know. I would have found another, if it wasn't for Feline Solutions. I mean, luckily they kind of came along, but, kind of the plan before everything fell apart was the Sasquatch was going to start the nonprofit, and I was going to turn the channel into an LLC. And the channel was going to help fund the nonprofit. And together, we're going to make big change. But that didn't happen, did it? So, again, the Sasquatch chose, and now I'm choosing. And I chose Feline Solutions because I don't need Sasquatch. I can do it with any number of nonprofits. Luckily, I have one that I trust, and I've worked with Kayla before, and I trust Kayla, and I like Kayla, and I know Kayla has a good heart, and I know Carol has a good heart, and they do good things for the community, so cool. And the really cool thing about it is when you start doing these kind of things, a lot of times these become models for other areas in the country. That's not unheard of. So while money that you donate to a nonprofit in one area may not impact you directly at that time, it may impact you later down the line because they may be able to diversify and spread out. And at some point, you may see a Feline Solutions in your state. I don't know. I don't know that would actually happen, but you never know. You never know. But it's a hell of a lot more productive than, writing comments and listing people and telling them they have the red stuff on their hands and they're sickos and blah, 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 blah. And it's also kind of interesting to me that there wasn't any kind of fight put up. It was basically report, animal control goes out, channel goes down, cats go away. That doesn't make sense to me. So I'm even wondering, 40 cats disappeared like overnight. Interesting. But again, not my problem, not my responsibility. But again, if I keep having Sasquatch action over here, then again, I don't care. The Sasquatch can, go film themselves taking a pee or a bath or whatever they want to do. I don't care. But what I do care about is when it starts impacting me and the channel and my subscribers and Feline Solutions. Then we have a problem. Then we are going to go, next step is to find some legal help. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm done. So let's go on to Uncle Jack, because that's a better topic. So Uncle Jack and Jack the cat. I just want to thank Uncle Jack. Obviously, he's not going to be here today because he's working right now. He's out with his tow truck. Hi, Mary Beth. Yeah, Mary Beth, I owe you an email. I did get it. I just been doing with the Jack thing, and yeah, while you're here, let me see. I have something to pass on to Mary Beth. Here, hang on, Mary Beth. Let me just go out here into the kitchen and get something since you're actually in the chat and you can see. Because I was going to send you this through email, but while everybody's here, it might help somebody else too. Hang on. Okay, so in the email that you sent about your cat that has the herpes. Yeah. So the cat that, I don't know if you know about this or not, but one of the things that a lot of rescuers use, I'm pretty sure it's still, I don't think since the last time we bought a couple months ago, I don't think that they have, you do wildlife rehab too. I used to do wildlife rehab with a wildlife rehabber. She did birds of prey though. So she did like hawks, falcons, owls, all those kind of vultures. That was fun. One of the things that we've used that's been really good, like with cats that have the watery eyes and, from the herpes, and if they're having a discharge, you can use the terramycin. You can see the terramycin. Tractor Supply carries it. And like I said, this is a couple months ago that I got this. I'm trying to think when that was. I don't think that they've made this prescription only at this point. Let me check actually, because I know a lot of the FDA is kind of like making a lot of things. Let me see here. Oh, that's not. I thought Kayla texted me a minute again. Let me just check on this because I'm pretty sure that terramycin. And why does that say by prescription only? That's not. Oh, okay. Let me see. me make sure that let me make sure. Oh, yeah, here it is. Let me just make sure that they didn't, because I can't. The FDA is going nuts with, they're making fish antibiotics, prescription only. I mean, it's just crazy what they're doing. And I can't keep up because it's constantly, okay, I don't think auto ship. No, it looks like, no, prescription required. Are you kidding me? Is it prescription required now? Oh, no. Okay. It's California residents only, which that's what it was before. So as long as you're not living in California, Mary Beth, you should be able to get this from your local Tractor Supply without a prescription. It's about $20 to $30. I think you can also get on Amazon. Let me look here. I think you can get on Amazon too. Let me just check here a minute. Because I know Kayla had it on her list. Yeah, you can get it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it's not prescription. They didn't make it prescription. I mean, they keep changing things all the time. See, Cat Mama. I feed birds and squirrels in my yard and need to get local wildlife info ready in case any of them ever need help. We have a hawk that's been hanging out. Oh, if you're in Minnesota, then yeah, you should be fine. Oh, are you anywhere near Furball Farm? Yeah, you should be fine if you just check your local Tractor Supply, because that's where I get mine. You can get on Amazon too. Yeah, they'll figure that out. You need to get do you have like pine trees and stuff like that, Cat Mama? You need to get like brush areas, bushes and things that the birds can hide in, that the hawks can't get into easily. Okay. Well, then you're not close to them. But Furball, if you go on YouTube, Furball Farms is actually a cat sanctuary. It's pretty cool. And Catitude, yeah, they're doing I don't know what they're doing. They used to be able to get fish antibiotics, and now they're making them prescription only. I mean, who's going to take your fish to a vet? That's so stupid. I don't know any vets that around here that would look at a fish. Yeah, I think Chewy has it. I do think Chewy has it. Let me see. I'll look for you. I think they do have it. Yeah, and I do want to get that. I do want to. I do also want to do that um, video about cat introductions. I mean, again, I'm not a cat behavioralist. Kayla though can probably chime in on that. Maybe Kayla and I. Maybe I'll see if Kayla can do. Her and I can do that together. That would be fun. Let's see if maybe we can do that together, or if she can just like give me some information, because I've never dealt with severe cat aggression where they were actually fighting each other. Mine's really easy stuff. Mine's just like hiss, spit, swat, and that kind of stuff. That those kind of behaviors are not too hard to stop. And I think Callie also wanted some information on that, and then the other one, Callie wanted to know how all of the cats are related, and I'll have to figure out. Oh, you don't always have internet. Okay. Oh, yeah. Rural areas, that's hard. Here, let me look here for you. I'll look it up for you. Let me see here. Here it is. Okay, now it says, let me see. It says prescription item, but it shouldn't be. Oh, wait a minute. It says, please note, starting 1/1/25, this item will be available in all states. Please reach out to your veterinarian for additional information to obtain. Oh, crap. So it must be prescription only now for every. Oh, Jesus. This is getting ridiculous. No, it looks like they made that prescription too. Oh, poor Jack. You have a Jack. Okay, my vet will do that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, that just stinks. See, as I mean, they keep. It's really, and this is another thing that's really hurting the small rescues is all this stuff needs prescriptions. Like, how are you supposed to get medication and stuff? It's just an eye ointment. It's not even anything. It's not anything that I know. I have. Yeah, I have the picture of him. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Okay, let me see if I can find this. Here it is. Yeah, here's her kitty. There's Jack. There's a Jack. There's an orange Jack. Um, there he is with his goopy eye. Yeah, the terramycin would probably help that. Yeah. He's cute. Look at his face. He's a cute boy. I hope he's not as stinky as my Jack. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Kayla. Yeah. Oh, he's cute. Yeah, it's always good to get him inside. I mean, no, it is no prescription on Amazon. Yeah, see, this is the problem. I mean, this is really, really dinging the small rescues. It's insane. Because imagine it was over $200 for Kayla to take Jack to get antibiotics today. I mean, yeah, the other stuff was done too, but still. And they have, how many cats did she say last night? Like they do 500 cats a year or something. Can you imagine that? The amount of money that it would cost to vet all those cats if they can't get if they can't get antibiotics. Yeah, I'm looking on here. Catitude. Yeah, here. Yeah, it did go up to $34, $35. That's insane. I don't know. It's just I don't know how people how is my Jack? Well, my Jack is having spa day. My Jack's got it made. My Jack's living with Kayla now. So he had his appointment this morning, and good news, Mary Beth, he has his urinary tract infections clearing. The crystals are dissolving, so there's not too much. Um, the crystals are dissolving, and he's on. Oh God, what was that? Mary Miles, was it Orbox? Is that what you said it was? So he's on this he's on this high potency antibiotic that you only take that they only have to give him once a day. So he's good news. They're going to try that. If that doesn't work, then I guess they'll go to the Convenia and the combination Clavamox and Convenia. We'll try that. Yeah, Orbax. Um, so we'll see. And right now, he is with Kayla. He'll be with Kayla for about the next 20 days or so. And because I told her, I said, is there any chance he's like going to come back? Because if not, I'm just going to take that crate down, clean it up, put it away. And she said, no. She said, you can have your space back. I said, oh, thank goodness. Now I can use my stove again. I don't have to, because I mean, I could use it now, but I'd have to move the crates and everything. And yeah. And I can move my little rolly I don't know what you call it, my little shelf thing that's on rollers. I can put that back in the kitchen. I'm probably going to just end up taking, I think what I'll do is just leave the small crate up, because that's easy to move around, and just keep that for Maleficent if I need to put her in there for any reason, because she doesn't go in that much. He was a nice cat. I shouldn't say it like was. He is a nice he's a nice cat. He's very sweet. He was just misunderstood. But he's with somebody now that can do a lot more for him than I ever could. And hopefully if he doesn't kick the virus or the infection, and it continues as a low grade infection, it becomes chronic, then he'll just stay with her. So either way, it's all good. He's either going to be adopted out, and he'll be with someone who loves him, and he'll be indoors. And Nika, I think last night, Kayla did say that Nika, the mom of the kittens, she's got a great home. She's well loved. And she's not going to have to worry about being tossed out if she pees or poops on the floor, which she probably won't do anyway, because as an only cat, she won't have to deal with harassment from the other. I lost my crate in my daughter's house fire last year, so my sister gave me a carrying bag. It's really handy. Yeah, puppy pads. Yeah. Well, I think the problem with Nika was this. Nika was not spayed. They had another cat in the house, a black cat, male black cat, that they said they had neutered, but I think they only had one litter box, and that doesn't work. I mean, these are people that know nothing about animals. They know absolutely nothing. the guy's idea of training the dog is to like, so, that kind of, aggressive yelling, and even I've even seen him slap the dog, and I'm like, oh my god. And there's nothing I can do about it because I can report it, but SPCA ain't going to do anything. I mean, the SPCA knew, as I reported, when they had this little white dog that they had out in a puppy playpen, and they left this poor little dog out there in this puppy playpen with a plastic bag to lay on. That was it. No food, no water. I had videos of it. I had pictures of it. It went on for days. Other people were complaining about it. SPCA did nothing. Not only did they do nothing, but they also ended up adopting an animal to them. And then they returned, well, they adopted a puppy. And then they ended up returning the puppy because I guess the puppy wouldn't behave. It's like, that's why you have to train them. They're puppies. It's just like kittens. It's like Maleficent. That's why every night when I'm trying to eat, when I'm trying to eat my food, if she's around, it's like, what's that, Mom? What's that, Mom? Stop it. What's that, Mom? What's that, Mom? Stop it. What's that, Mom? What's that? Okay, now you go in the crate. If you won't let me eat, then you're going to go in the crate. Here's some food for you. Here's some kitten food. Here's some toys. You go in the crate, chill in the crate for, half an hour till I eat, and then you can come back out. And she fusses, she's like, oh, Mama, no. And then, a couple minutes, I go back out. She's curled up on her hammock, sleeping. Like, are you going to come back out now? And then she comes back out and everything's okay. They don't know. You have to teach them. I was like, it's healing now, but you can see she doesn't understand yet that when you don't grab with claws when you play. I have my other cats will wrap their paws around my hand or whatever if I'm petting them and stuff, but or just play bite. But she doesn't understand that yet. She's like going full tilt boogie. It's easier to train a kitten than an adult cat. Yeah. That's why people want kittens and puppies, because they have a clean slate basically that they can work with. And unfortunately, the adults kind of, the puppies and kittens are always chosen over an adult. Pretty much always. Personally, I like the adults because I love the kittens, but I love the kittens. The kittens are fun. They're really sweet. And I had a blast while they were here, but I can tell you Jack was a whole lot easier. Jack was just like, yeah, I'm taking a nap. Okay, dude, I'll come back out when you're awake. Want to come out of your crate? Nah, I'm taking a nap. Okay. You want to come out now? Yeah, I think I'll come out here. I'm just going to lay here. I'm just going to lay here on the floor in front of the crate, hang out. Oh, Oreo. Oh, that's not. Well, you already have Oreo's sister, so tell him to get over himself. The kittens are, kittens are fun, and yeah, but a lot of people don't know how to train cats or dogs anyway. Yeah, tell him to get over himself. Tell him I said that. I'm the bitch in the room, Callie. You know this, so I'm evil, and I don't know whatever else. Oh, I'm a turd face. That's it. I'm the turd face. You just tell him, Callie. You say the turd face from Armchair Cat Advocate told you that. He has a problem, he can come visit Turd Face. Yeah, I mean, I'd want to take cats that were outside too. I mean, kittens find homes. Kittens are so easy to find. You know, it's easy to find a home for a kitten. But a cat that's outside, and especially one that's adult. Oh, that's right. Oreo had babies, didn't she? Was Oreo was is that is wait, not Oreo. I mean Oreo's sister. Oreo's sister was pregnant and you didn't know? Is that am I reading that? I think I'm remembering that right. Cat personalities are so funny sometimes. All of my cats kittens are bag eaters too. Oreo, yeah, Oreo's a boy. His sister had 4 kittens last month. Yes, yeah. Yeah, kittens are easy to place. The moms are not. And, you know, look how long it took for poor Nika to find. I mean, it didn't take an excessively long time for Nika to find a home, but I mean, if the kittens had been on the floor and Nika had been on the floor at the same time, I call her Poppy. Aw, that's a cute name. I have 4 kittens I need to find homes for, looking for a shelter now. Yeah, look around for a shelter. Too bad you don't live Pennsylvania. We have feline solutions. As long as you could foster, they'd probably take them. Yeah, my first Mary Beth, we had 3 cats when I was growing up. I had my brother had an orange tabby that he decided my brother was like 10 years older than me, that he decided he didn't want to take care of anymore, so then I kind of inherited him. He was an outdoor cat. He was a tomcat, never got neutered or anything, cuz back in the day we didn't do that stuff. We were out in the country, And then there was another tomcat that came, and both of them got, I mean, and looking back, both of those cats unalived. And then we had a female that got dropped off that she was spayed, she was declawed. So somebody obviously, and we were out in a rural area, so somebody obviously drove her by and dumped her. And she was indoor for quite a while. And then one time she got out and she went across the road and she got hit by a car. So, yeah, not very good experiences with cats. And so I didn't have any real experiences with cats until 2020. And that's when Rogue showed up. And, he was already like 2 years old. So, and it was just like, I had him and he had his issues because he wasn't neutered and stuff at first. And I had some issues with him, and I think he might have been a little bit abused or something had happened because he acted a little bit. He didn't like anybody on the steps. That scared the shit out of him, and he'd go underneath the chair. And he was afraid, he didn't like men. And I just kind of wonder if he came from a DV situation. That's just the way he behaved. Because he was okay with me, but and my downstairs neighbor, who was also a woman, he would try to get into her apartment, but he wouldn't try to get into the men's apartment. So there's something going on there. I just don't know what. If I were to lose mine, I would not get a kitten. Callie, and she's black and she's 10 months old. Oh, she's still a baby then. She's still a kitten. You tell your boyfriend that the Armchair Cat Advocate said they're kittens until they're 12 months old. First year of life, they're a kitten. I don't care if they're 1 month, 6 months, 11 months. Until they hit that 1 year mark, they're kitten. So you got kittens have a kitten. So, no, he doesn't need to keep a kitten. He can keep the older kitten. She would be at a shelter for a while if she had to go there. She had 2 black ones and 2 black and white cow kitties. Aw. Yeah, I mean, and she's an older cat too. That's well, I I have every faith that Maleficent probably wouldn't have sat around very long, but that's one of the reasons why I kept her. Because I didn't want, her brothers and sisters to go. And also there was 5 of them. So if they adopt them in pairs, somebody's going to be left out. And this way there's like 2-2. I don't know if that'll happen, but black cats are awesome. I agree. Catitude would agree too. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this channel. Mary Beth love black cats. I hate that so much. Cats keep magically appearing in our mobile home park. Cat distribution system at work. They know you now. We have less than 40 homes here, so we know they aren't from anyone here. Yeah. People see, and that's the other issue is when how people find out it's really bad in rural areas. I mean, it's bad here too, and like in a trailer park, but it's really bad in a rural area, like people that have farms. Oh my God, they're always dumping cats. Tiana, who's a manager on here, she hasn't been around lately, but I think it's her aunt. They have a farm, always having cats dumped. It's insane. And they're, and they try to keep up with the spay and neuter. It's really, and it's not fair. It's like you're just dumping your problem onto somebody else. How is that okay? Yes, black cats rule. I agree. Yeah, I've always liked black animals in general. I don't know why. I just thought they were really pretty. I mean, it didn't matter what it was. I've had black gerbils. I've had black guinea pigs. If any pet that I ever had, if I had my choice and there was a black option, I would take the black one. I don't know why. I just think they're really pretty. I just like the way the coat reflects, and I don't know. I just really think they're pretty, and I think and black cats also they're more resistant to disease. I mean, that's all been proven. I love the calico, tux, and black cats, the splatter cats, tortoiseshell color. I'm not sure of the name. Yeah, there's tortoiseshell, there's tortie, there's calico, tortie, the tuxies and the black cat. Yeah, I have my obviously my favorites are the tuxies and the black cats and cow kitties. But the black and white varieties and the straight black cats are. Unfortunately, my daughter monitors our city Facebook page, and she's gotten kittens from people who were just going to dump them. So I think they figure we'll just magically handle them. Yeah, and that's not fair either. I mean, that's really there needs to be stricter laws, I think, on that kind of thing. I mean, it was just like the neighbor with Nika and the kittens. They didn't. Their solution to it was, just let her keep getting pregnant, and then we'll just. I don't know what they did with the kittens. Probably the same thing. Put them up on Facebook or handed them off, and then those kittens aren't getting spayed and neutered. So they're not getting spayed and neutered. They're either gonna get dumped when they get sexually mature and show problems, like the females are gonna yowl, the males are gonna spray, and they're I'm dealing with that. Boom, out the door. An awesome black pit bull. That's cute. My daughter had a pit rot mix that my grandson used to ride around. 120-pound lap dog. Yeah, it seems like the bigger ones are the bigger babies for some reason. But yeah, we definitely need, I think just across the country, we need stricter laws. Not overly strict, but just stricter laws to discourage some of this, because people just do dump. They dump. It doesn't matter. I mean, there are, and there are, I will say there are some cases, and I'm not saying this is right, but there are some cases where they've gone to shelters, they've tried to get help, they won't accept the animals for whatever reason, and they don't know what to do. So they find somebody like me or Mary Beth or whoever is Mary Miles, someone who has a colony, and they see that they're taking care of them. Like, okay, well, we'll just drop them here. That person will take care of them. And it's like, that's not fair. Well, some do check. That's a whole other live stream, Mary Beth, but I could talk. I mean, I could do a whole other live stream on the barriers to adoption, because I've sat in on so many presentations through HOSS, the Human Animal Support Services. Actually, I could probably get somebody. I could probably get, if you're interested in that, I could probably get somebody from HOSS, the Human Animal Support Services, that to talk about that. I'm sure there's somebody that could come on and talk about that, because there are a lot of barriers to adoption. And there's also a big pushback now because well, there's a lot of things going on in the sheltering world that are lessening adoptions. One of the big things is there's a lot of barriers. There's all these questions, do you rent? Is your landlord okay with this? Do you have a small kid? Okay, you have to bring all your kids and all your pets and everybody, bring everybody in to meet the potential animal you're going to adopt. And I mean, there are all kinds of stuff that you have to jump through. Yeah, people get annoyed when it comes to apps. Exactly, Callie. And there's a big movement now where a lot of these shelters, rescues are just kind of like saying, you know what? Let's just ask the bare things. Let's just check. I mean, there's some things, of course, they're going to have to check. Jackson Gallus in a video saying he's not feeding fresh. Oh, do you mean about the bird flu? Did I miss something here? Yeah. And there's things that could have happened, like I've talked about back when I was being illegally evicted. I mean, I can prove that I was illegally evicted. The magistrate went over the Court of Common Pleas head and allowed, because the landlord was his friend. I mean, we're kind of like, I don't know how, I know some people in the chat are old enough to remember the Dukes of Hazzard, but remember Boss Hogg and all of his corruption. That's kind of like where I was living, and the landlord and the magistrate, they were buddies, and so he wanted me out because I went to the Attorney General's office because he was doing stuff like there was lead in the pipes that come up from the well. There was, I mean, all kinds of stuff was going on. It just wasn't safe. It wasn't safe for people to be living in his trailer park. So anyway, I got illegally evicted. And because of that, because I had to leave I called the SPCA. SPCA didn't come out. I didn't have transportation. I didn't have a car. I mean, everything is falling apart. So I ended up getting cited for abandonment. I didn't abandon anything. We took the dogs to a rescue. They were eventually adopted. That's another story, but yeah, I get it. And that was way back then. Asking people, how much do you make? Well, my opinion should be required to pass competency tests before they have kids. I agree with that. Mary Beth says, in my opinion, people should be required to pass competency tests before they have kids too. Now, I can, yeah. I get where you're coming from. I don't have kids, but yeah. I think there's probably a lot of people that would agree with that. Mary Beth, are you talking about not feeding fresh anymore as far as the bird flu? Is that what that comment? I'm kind of confused with that comment. Callie says one lady was complaining. She went, oh, okay, I already read that one. Yeah, I mean, it just and it's the cat that was there the longest. Yeah, and you have somebody that wants to adopt it. Yeah, yeah. I have the freeze dried. I have the freeze dried Stella and Chewy. I'm I'm not giving it. I'm currently not giving it to. I'm currently not giving it to Fury because Fury's the only one that eats it. I'm currently not giving it to him because I'm afraid. Because freeze dried doesn't kill the virus. I mean, there's a whole. I put up a. There's a Maddie's Fun presentation with Dr. Julie Levy and I forget there was another vet, but they talk about the bird flu and everything you have to be careful of right now. It's bad. And then at the federal level, they fired the scientists and the researchers that were looking into the bird flu. So good luck, everyone. But yeah, Callie, I just said it on a presentation not long ago where they talked about this and they said that there are so many barriers to adoption. The biggest competitor for rescues are breeders. You know why that is? Because breeders don't have barriers. If you can pay the $1,000 or whatever they want for a purebred dog or cat, they'll give you one. They don't have a problem with that. A lot of them don't require the animal to be spayed and neutered. There's a lot of, there's people out there that do breed responsibly. My take on it is I think the only reason to be breeding a dog is if it's a working dog, like if it's a sheep dog, a herding dog, service dog, service animal. And, even some of my friend was like, but they can get those from the shelters. Yes, they can, but they also need to have the right temperament and everything. So, and you don't know when you adopt the dog if it's going to be the right temperament. So I'm going to give them that one. Military dogs. There's a whole. There's certain dogs. There's certain reasons why a dog. Why there would be okay to breed some. That's right, Mary Beth. I agree with that. I would never buy a purebred anything. There are more than enough mixed breed animals that need home. Exactly. Or how many times a dog has been brought back to the shelter. Yeah, that's another one too. And I think you have to just as far going back to the purebred thing, there are I had a conversation actually on Facebook one time with someone that actually breeds purebred cats, and she said, that she explained why, and there are certain breeds that they want to maintain. They don't want basically the breed to go extinct. And there are some other reasons. I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you some of that, but I still don't agree with it. I still think, adopt, don't shop. And I also, my other real big thing that I don't like, and I see this a lot, is you'll see people that bought purebred. I see this a lot on YouTube. You watch some of the YouTube channels where you see the purebred, like the ragdoll cats, and you'll have people that are like, we adopted Fluffy on January 3rd. Like, no, you did not adopt Fluffy. You bought Fluffy from a breeder. Unless that breeder gave you that cat because that cat was not show quality or whatever, then that's not. You did not adopt that cat. Stop. Most here are mixed with pit bull. Yep, we got a lot of pit bull here in York too. Well, that's breed discrimination. That kind of thing needs to stop too, because there's a lot of nice pit bulls out there. My neighbor downstairs, her pit bull's like, I think he's scared of his own shadow. What, Masu? You guys have food? Did you eat all of it yet? Oh, you did eat your food. Okay, well, I'll have to get you some food. You finally ate your food. Yeah, that's not. Neither of the mobile home parks in town will accept pets. Yeah, that's kind of that's something really needs to be changed too, because a lot of these, their insurance. Yep, that's it. I was just going to say that their insurance won't cover them. Yep, a lot of the insurance it's coming from the insurance companies, and that's when you have emotional support animals. Because when you have emotional support animals, you can bypass that rule unless it's something like that. Because if the trailer park has an insurance company that prohibits them from having pit bulls, then that becomes an unreasonable request, because they'd have to change their insurance in order to allow the pit bull. I mean, it would be an administrative nightmare for them. So that's how they get around some of this stuff. And chow chows too. We had a chow chow. It was the smartest dog I've ever met. A lot of the bigger dogs, shepherds, Rottweilers, Doberman Pinschers, a lot of them are not really welcomed. I mean, my mom had a German Shepherd when she got her German Shepherd from I think it was an Amish guy or something, that I forget how she got her. She didn't pay for. She got her. I think he was. I don't think he was going to give her away or something, and she got her. She got her from him. I miss, so I can't walk a dog right now. So yeah, but Mary Beth, that's interesting. Not interesting that you have MS. That's not good news. I know people with MS, and that can be quite a challenge. But I've seen service dogs that are trained to help people with MS, and it's amazing. I saw actually one. I had a friend one time who had MS, and she was in the hospital. And just, coincidentally, across the hall, there was another woman who had MS as well, and she had a service dog. And she was showing us how the dog helped her. And this was really cool. I mean, the dog was, he would get down. She actually like sat on the floor to show how he would help her up if she fell, or if she was like going to pass out, or if she was stumbling or something. And he like kind of got like underneath her, and she put her hands over him, and he kind of like lifted her up. It was really cool. He was really good. He was really cool. Yeah, I think as far as dogs and cats, Tiana, who's on this channel as well, who's a manager, which she has. Well, you're going to play or not? Okay. Here comes Maleficent. Are you coming, Maleficent? Hi. Where were you, baby? Are you going to get a snack? Oh, come here. Come say hi to everybody. Say hi. It's a Maleficent moment. Are you cleaning yourself? Oh, she's going to clean herself. Okay, so she's making herself very presentable for everyone. Why do you smell like wood chips? What are you into? I don't have any wood chips in this apartment. You smell like wood chips. Why do you smell like wood chips? They're so cute. Whee! Oh, she smells like wood chips. That's weird. I don't have wood chips in here. Let's see. Let me get back here. Oops. Oh, sometimes this thing. Oh, I have heard of that, but I haven't needed anything like that. I live with my son and daughter-in-law, and they're 2 boys who are autistic. The only daycare they've ever had. Yeah, Maleficent's a cutie pie. As far as, yeah, I think a lot of people, like Tiana said, she had dogs and her last one passed away. She had Siberian Huskies. Hey, Kayla. Hi. We were talking about you. So I updated everybody on Jack. Cat Mama, what did the vet say? Is it just like a generalized respiratory infection, or is it coming from herpes or anything like that? Did he say anything like that? Because Cat Mama was kind of interested in if there was any like definitive diagnosis as far as where the respiratory infection's coming from. Like, is it coming from chlamydia or herpes, anything like that? Or are we just talking like generic respiratory infection? Hi, Rogue. There's Roguester. Want to come up? Come on. You want to come up, Roguester? Come on up, bud. You want to come up and say hi? Come on. Say hi. Well, you can see his tail. Hey, bud. So Kayla, I don't know if you're still on or not, but yeah, we update everybody on Jack, and without testing, we can't pinpoint per se, and we can't run that test with him being on. Okay. Okay. Oh, jeez. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's Niffler sneezing. Niff, do I need to put you on something? Hey, Kayla, I want to ask Kayla. Kayla, do you know? So Mary Beth, she has a cat who has like herpes virus, and he has the watery, weepy eyes. And I told her, I said a lot of, the terramycin, like the old standard. And I'm looking it up, and it looks like, is it now prescription for everybody? Did they change that too? I mean, Jesus, they're taking all the antibiotics away. I mean, you're going to have to go to a vet for everything, and there's a vet shortage. That makes a lot of sense. Do you know anything about that? Because it used to be just California was prescription. Now it's everybody. It seems like now every state is prescription for terramycin. Yeah, need a script now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was looking up for Mary Beth, and I'm like, wait a minute. When did they change that? Changed at the beginning of the year, apparently. Well, I have 1 tube of it, so after that, I'm done. Be trying to figure out how to get that too. Not that I need it on a regular basis, but I have a question for Kayla or anybody else. Poppy Girl has been living in a carrier and she's still there with the babies running out of room. Should I set up a dog crate and move her or let her move? I would say set up a dog crate. I don't know, Kayla, what do you think? Kayla is an expert. By herself inside a tent. I would set up a dog crate. She's friendly, right? I mean, she's not like a feral, unsocialized cat. She's friendly. You're able to touch her. She won't move out unless I move her. Well, if they're running out of space in the carrier, what I would do is Kayla can jump in here and correct me if I'm wrong, because Kayla is more of an expert than I'm not an expert at all. There you go. Thank you, Kayla. See? That's why we have Kayla, because Turd Face here has no idea. No, there's our resident cat expert. It ain't me. It would be a crate inside a tent. No, wait. Yeah, I definitely would cover the crate with something for, privacy and to help calm them down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Kayla. Yeah, and Kayla has actually, I have to get that comment that you wrote, Kayla, where you basically put out your biography and copy and paste that into a community tab so people can see it. I'm trying to remember where you wrote that. I'll have to look for it. It's in one of the I think it was in the one video where I first put out the idea. So, and Kayla, everybody likes the idea of starting memberships and donating the money, or at least, a percentage of it to Feline Solutions, which, I don't think it's going to be a lot anyway. So not at this stage. I mean, if as we get bigger, maybe it would be a little better, but, we're limited as to where we can have litter box because of my grandson, so they're all in my room. Hi, Nifflers. Hey, Niff. Yeah, Kayla, we'll figure something out because, I talked to everybody about this with the caveat that, the other Sasquatch, yeah. So Callie, you weren't here when we had the discussion. I'll just go over, go over it again briefly. So, the Sasquatch, the former manager that was on here that was very sad and depressing, that manager. So that manager's latest plan of attack for me is to apparently report me to Social Security and my landlord and anybody else, saying that I'm making money off of YouTube, or I don't know, they're some kind of crazy shit. And just last night, we were talking about this, and I've been thinking about this, and I talked to Kayla about it. She has to talk to Carol, but what I'd like to do is, I can monetize the channel. I can do the memberships and super chats and stuff like that. And I'd like to donate the money to Feline Solutions. So, that's all well and good, but now we have this, bump in the road because we have the sad, depressing Sasquatch that is, Well, Wanda's working. I'm gonna make more problems for it. Like, okay, so how do you care about cats at all? How do you care about cats? I mean, I'm trying to do something positive here for cats because this would help because this would, this would Feline Solutions not own Feline Solutions helps the community at large. It's not just about them. And they've helped me, and it's also, if I mean, the, if they're able to help, they'll help. So it doesn't really matter if you give the money directly to me or you give it to Feline Solutions. If I need help with something and they're able to help me with it, they'll help me with it. So let's see. I've heard of that though before. Reabsorbing teeth. You ready? Go get it. Uncle Jack's not here to chase the spring. Yeah, Kayla's got a lot going on. She's going to just pop in and out as she can. Here, can I have it? You ready? Go get your springy. Here goes. Whee! Yeah, once Kayla's got a lot of moving parts right now. So once things, level out a little bit for her, I mean, things are never going to be completely calm for Kayla, but once she can take a couple of breaths, she can maybe come on the channel a little more. Whoop. More Feline Solutions in my notes. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mary Beth, for being our secretary for our crazy cat lady meeting. We could do that. We could do a weekly crazy cat lady meeting. Any issues? Everyone say aye. Today we moved to put Kayla on the board on the everyone agreeing with that, please say aye. Can I second it? Yeah, there's if you go on the community tab. Now, I don't know. Deb said she had some problems getting through the PayPal, Kayla, for Feline Solutions. I don't know. I just tell people to go online and look up the website and then just go through that because I don't know. Sometimes YouTube's stupid with, where's your toy? What did you do with it? Oh, here it is. It's under my big butt. Here, ready? Eat it. Eat it. Yeah, anything helps. It really does. Anything helps. Yeah. Because they do a lot of their in-house testing and things like that, so they don't have to spend that money on vets. They can spend money on vets for, like situations like Jack where nothing's working. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I think I have that. I'm pretty sure I have that up. Let me look. I know I have the I should probably put that email address. I'll do that, Kayla. I'll put that email address in the description underneath my YouTube, underneath my PayPal and my, what do I have? My Amazon wish list and my PayPal. I'll put that underneath. Yeah, I can put your wish list too. I could do that. I could put the Feline Solutions wish list and the PayPal if it lets me do it, because sometimes it's YouTube stupid. But I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. Oh dear Lord, look at that. Okay, everybody, you want a good laugh? Look at this. Look how YouTube like froze. Look at the look. YouTube froze this. Look at how they froze that. Look at that. Isn't that the worst damn? Like, I do look like a turd face there. Hey, they're not wrong. Okay, I think I just got it here. I'm trying to see. I'm pretty sure I have. Wait, is this it? Oh, I just want to check. I'm pretty sure that I have that in here for Jax. Okay, let me see. You find it? Another toy? You ready? Are you ready? Go get it. Go get it. Okay. Okay, here's the video. Oh, look at him. Oh. Yeah, you can see his eyes are weepy. Oh. Yeah, I can see the one picture here. Oh, look at him. I'll put these up on the community tab then, but look at him. Isn't he cute? Oh. What a cute baby. Oh, Jack. I bet he was good for the vet. Did he get a bunch of gold stars again, Kayla? Okay. I'll put these up then. Yeah, he's adorable. He really is. And Kayla, we actually have a Timu Jack. We have one that looks like just marked the same way as Jack, but looks like a younger version of him. Dr. Rick loved him. He was giving him cuddles. On the first 2 minutes. Well, you got it? Here, you ready? Oh, he's good. She likes her spring. You go play it? Go get it. Wee! You ready? Here it goes. Whee! We can finally put food and water in the kitchen for the cats without the boys playing with it or eating it. Yeah, she does. She taught herself. You ready? Whoop. Wait, it's stuck on the thing here. Are you ready? Here we go. Geez, 85. Yeah, she's bringing it back to me. She brings it back to me. She drops it in my hand. You ready? Can you see her? Here. You can see her here. Look here. Maleficent. Look what I got. You ready? I'm going to throw it. Here it goes. Get it. And watch. See if she'll bring it back. Now she won't do it. Come on. Did you find it? Here. You see? She dropped it. Ready? Go get it. Go get it. She does a better job than Uncle Jack does, doesn't she? Did you bring it back? Here, can I have it? Here, she just brought it back again. You ready? Go get it. Yeah, she plays fetch. She taught herself how to play fetch. Come on, Maleficent. Bring it back. Come on. Come on. What happened? Where'd you go? Oh, it might have fell under something. Yeah, I play with her. I have different toys and stuff for her. Jessie spills her water 3 to 4 times a day, shakes her wet paw over the room, etc. What, are you going to bring it back? Look, where's it at? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did you lose it? What happened? Oh, do I have to find it? All right. Let me go see if I can find it. Let me go check her spring. She lost her spring. Where'd it go, babe? Do you have another one over here? Let's see. You had a whole bunch of them. Where are they all at? We have one here. Oh, Maleficent. Here, let me go check and see if I can find it. What did you do with it? Did it fall under something? Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Where is it, Maleficent? Where'd it go? Honey, where'd it go? Maleficent, what did you do with it? Where did it go? Oh, Maleficent. I don't know where it went. I don't know what he did with it. We'll look for it later. Here, come here. Come here. Come on, get up here with me. Come on. Come up here. Good girls. Good girl. Good job. Let me see. I think, do I have some here? Do I have some sitting here? Didn't I have some here? I know. Let me see. Do I have your little... I don't know what you did with it. I can't find it. Oh, crap. Maleficent, I don't know what you did with your springy dingers. I don't see them. Oh, wait. Are these it? Here they are. There we go. We go through a lot of peacock feathers. Somewhere there's a half-bald crappie peacock. Yeah, it's probably under something. I don't know what happened to it. I don't see it. But I have some here. Just have to separate them. Look what I found. Oh, look at this. Ow, ow. No, come here. Yeah, look at this. Oh, wait. They're all stuck together. Now what are we going to do? Oh, no. Oh, no. Here we go. You want a green one? A green springy? A green springy. Ready? Here we go. I go get the green springy. Go get it. I'm sure the majority of them are underneath the refrigerator in the kitchen. But I don't know where that one... Did you bring it back? Oh, you did. Yay. Look. See, she brought it back. You ready? I'm going to go get it. Here we go. Mine end up... Well, see, mine aren't under the stove now, Catatoo, because I have the crates against the stove. But, you know, I'm sure that'll be... Oh, thank you, Maleficent. I brought it back. They go under the refrigerator. And I have to get my... I call it a picky stick. You know, the stick, the grabber stick. Jessie has a neater feeder that helps with the water spilling, but it's amazing what she can do with a little water. Yep, we're under the sofa. Yeah, I don't know where this one. I just noticed that somebody kicked poop out of the litter box back there, and somebody puked. So I'm gonna have to go soon and take care of that. And I think they ate all their food. Did you guys eat all your food? Yeah, they ate their food. So they'll be looking for more food. I can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. This day really went fast. And if I don't get off of here and Jack gets off work and he comes and like, oh my God, he'll be in the chat next. Bring me on. I got the puppet dude. The puppet was fun. I did enjoy that. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, so we had Uncle Jack. He's a bit of a handful, and he had he has a friend that has a puppet, and the puppet is a little bit off color in the jokes, but funny. And so it was Jack last night in this green puppet with a little beret and a mustache. That was so much fun. That's late night TV. That's just like it was fun. It had nothing to do with cats. Well, yeah, it had a little bit to do with cats. Had a little bit to do with cats, but I don't care. Which Sasquatch? The sad depressed one, or the one, the bald Sasquatch? You know what, Catatoo? Here's the thing, and I hope that whichever one called me, I'm guessing that it's the sad one. Oh, the sad one. Oh, well. What does she care? She has the she has the dumb caveman. So the idiot. She has the idiot caveman. So what does she care? Um, happily divorced. Oh, I thought it was the other one. No, it doesn't. I guess it really doesn't apply then. Because what I was going to say, Catitude, is that um, I've gone through my entire life, and I have never had to do any kind of favors um, to get a man to do anything to help me. And I just say that. But that doesn't really apply to this Sasquatch. It applies to the other one. Cat Mom, Wanda and I are not. Wanda and I are going to fight over him. Not. Yeah, he's. Jack's a friend. Jack's a friend. They can think whatever they want. And really, it's none of their business anyway. It doesn't matter. If he and I were involved, it's nobody's business. We're not, but if we were, it's nobody's business. And they can think what they want. I don't care. He's a friend. I mean, you can have male friends. That is a thing. Yeah. You don't have to marry him. He flirts with everybody, Cat Mama. Look at Scorpio. He flirts with everybody, of all the women. And it's fun. It's not her, again, consenting adults, you can have fun. I used to have I lost touch with them a long time ago, but I used to have husband and wife friends, and the husband and I used to joke around all the time, and the wife thought it was funny. I mean, she thought it was funny because she knew nothing was going on. And in fact, she would join in sometimes. She would say, "Good, I hope you take him because it gets on my nerves." I mean, I need to go deal with the chaos. Oh boy, my daughter's 3 boys just got here. Okay. Okay, Mary Beth. Yeah, good luck. Good luck and have fun. Yeah, Cat Mama, you were holding your own last night. That was funny. The mosh pit was hysterical. Are you ready? Hugs back. Hugs back. Well, we'll see what happens when my boyfriend raises money for Feline Solutions. Whoop. Okay, this ex-punk rocker is going to go move ferns now. Okay, Cat Mama. Well, out of the out of the two of them, Catitude, between Jack and the Sasquatch's idiot caveman, I'd take Jack because at least Jack's mature. I mean, Jack's like he said, Jack can be a POS sometimes, but at his heart, he is a good guy, and he does care, and he does try to help people out. I mean, look at all the memberships he gifted for a certain person. I agree, Cat Mom. I'm putting that up there because you're absolutely right. It's just really sad that someone we used to care for has become so mean. Yeah, yeah. And there was No one pushed that person off of this channel. No one did that. They cannot say anything about that. Everybody here was nice to that person. That person defended, that person was defended. Even, there were nasty comments that came in at times, and everyone rallied around and said, no, you can't do that. That's not okay to say to the Sasquatch. Not, you're going to hurt the Sasquatch's feelings. We all tried to help the Sasquatch. And, the whole thing was just stupid. The whole thing was just absolutely stupid. All they had to do is, I've talked to my therapist about it. I've talked to a whole bunch of people about it, and everybody said the same thing. They're like, you mean you just wait, did you delete the video? I said, no, I just made it private so nobody could see it until we could talk about it. Well, then what was the problem? I don't know. There's no reason for it. Just like the whole thing with the nonprofit. That was just not right either. Yeah, he doesn't he's got a kind heart. Yeah, we all tried to help the Sasquatch. We did. That's our tagline. That's Cat Mom. This is bad. I should change under maybe in my banner where Tora is, I could put in print, helping sad Sasquatches since 2024. That's bad. So bad. It's so mean. It's so bad. Where'd your spring go? Did you bring it back? Oh no, did you lose it again? What are you looking at now? I don't see anything up there. Well, I'll have to go find it then for you. Yeah, we did try to help the Sasquatch. Raise $600 for the Sasquatch. Cat Mama bought the Sasquatch flea treatment so the Sasquatch wouldn't have bugs. Cat Mom, did you get the Sasquatch dewormer? Because that would have been helpful probably. Maybe, removed whatever was stuck up the Sasquatch's butt. I don't know what I don't know. There's something. There's something. Now, the idiot caveman, I don't know what we can do for that one. Maybe Jack has some extra Polidin or something for that one. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm still kind of wondering if slices of bread has suddenly had an influx of stray cats on their lawn. Because kind of, I heard that Sasquatches sometimes herd cats, and they herd them onto other when they're getting tired of feeding them. They herd them onto other people's property. Mary Miles, I have one man friend. He's great and knows there isn't going to be anything beyond friends. I like that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with having a guy friend? I've had plenty of guy friends in my life. And the thing is, and the thing is that I've had so many female friends that I was the only female friend that their husbands liked. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? Well, Catitude, we'll see. We'll see. You know what happens if when the Sasquatch gets a cease and desist letter if things continue, because that's going to be the next step. Okay, so Jack had his vet appointment today. Everything turned out really good. He has his urinary tract infection is clearing, the crystals are dissolving, and he's on this Orbax, right? I think I got it right. So he's on this really strong antibiotic that he only has to take once a day, and he is going to stay with Kayla for at least the next 20 days. So basically, he's not going to come back here. He's going to just stay with Kayla now, and either he'll the infection will clear and he'll be able to be adopted, or if he continues with this low grade infection, then she'll just keep him in her colony of chronic, of cats that have the chronic issues. But the other thing is she said if this Orbax doesn't work, then I think they're going to try the Convenia and the Clavomox combo. But yeah, pretty good. I mean, I got pictures. I'll put them up later on the community tab. Let me see here. I'll show you. Let's see here. I'll put these up. Oh, that's the one from last night. Okay, so there he is. I think there he is in his carrier. And there he is getting pets on the exam table. And there he is on the exam table. Look at him. Aw, poor Jack. You can see his eyes are weepy. He's getting more cuddles. He loves to be loved. I think you're absolutely right, Chris. I think that was what was wrong with him the whole time when he was swatting at me, is he was just so starved for attention, and he wanted attention, he wanted love. And then I think she has I don't know what this is. Let me see here. Is this the video? Let's see if there's no music on this. Yeah, there's no music on that. There he is. Maleficent. No. So he's doing good, and it was. Kayla said it was over 200 today, like 200, around 250 or so. So not terrible, but it would have been a whole lot more if she hadn't already done all that other testing. I'm just grateful that he's getting what he needs medically and emotionally. Yeah. Yeah. Such a well-behaved guy. Yeah, I'm glad too, Chris. And like Kayla and I had a really long, well, we had like an hour long discussion because she called me when she left and talked to me on the drive home, and then while she was getting ready to go to another appointment. And one of the things that I said to her, and I said this early on in the stream, is I, I'm not happy that what happened to him at all. And I would rather him be with a family and be healthy and never had to have had the experience of being on the streets, but I do feel really, I feel at this point, I do feel validated and, relieved, because I know that those people that were coming at me and saying that, no, you could at least do something for him. I don't know why she doesn't do something for him. And it's horrible how she treated him. She used to scream at him and hit him with a broom. And, all these fucking lies that the high domed brained, Sasquatch talks about on their channel. But what Kayla said was, number one, he needed so much. And she said, number one, I wasn't equipped to handle it. Most people wouldn't have been equipped to handle him with everything that he needed. And number two, even if I did take him to a vet, it would have been thousands of dollars. Because just what they did, just what Feline Solutions did. Feline Solutions did the initial checkup, the intake, or whatever you want to call it, the intake, the exam. She did the SNAP test for FELV and FIV. She did a urinalysis. She did a stool. She did a fecal sample. She actually did 2 fecal samples. She tested him twice, provided the dewormer, gave me more Doxy because I was running out of Doxy, and I'm going to have to get some Doxy. I'll have to, I'll email Cat Mama, because if Cat Mama wants to help, I have something she can help me with. What else did she do for him? I think she did what else did she do? She did something. Oh, fluids. She gave him fluids. Got the Clavamox. I mean, that's Feline Solutions did all of that. That was all before he went to the vet. And think if he had to go to the vet from day one, like that certain person that adopted Valentino, Cat Mama. Yeah, she finally, she did all that. And you never saw, did we ever hear from anybody? Did we ever hear from, okay, where are you? Where are you, Nunya? You have done everything possible for him. You have gone as far as you could with him. You did. Yeah, I did. I tried, I didn't feel like I did everything, but now I realize that I did. And yeah, I agree. F them. I mean, it's so out of hand right now, Chris. It's just the latest. I'll just mention this because Chris came in late. The latest is, I guess they heard that I was going to try to get memberships. I was going to start memberships or something. So now they're going to now the plan is to report me to Social Security and to HUD, saying that I have income and that I'm making money and that I'm defrauding the system or something. That's the latest. That's what they're trying to do now. I'm seriously, I'm going to be looking into getting a cease and desist letter from a lawyer at this point, because I've had enough. I know a couple of people. Yeah. Chris, I don't know if you were on last night or not, but I'll let you know this. I mean, so you don't have to rewatch everything. And I don't remember when you were on, because I knew you were in and out last night, but at one point, the sad Sasquatch had a video out, and in the comments, they named you, Cat Mama, Mary, Deb, Catitude, and Mark. I think I got everybody. And they went on to call and they went on to call all of you out because you were supporting me, said that you had blood on your hands because I caused the unaliving of 40 plus cats. Called you all sickos. Oh, and the piece de resistance to that is poor Cat Mama. She named Cat Mama because she knows Cat Mama's real name, just like I do, and she knows that Cat Mama wants to remain private. So she went out. You're talking about the one that was the former manager here, the sad beige one, the one that took the GoFundMe money and ran. That one. I'm trying not to use names or channels and stuff because yeah. Yeah, I have they took the video down, but I still have the screenshot. But all of you guys were named. Mary, you, Catitude, Cat Mama. Yeah. We have a screenshot. I mean, we have screenshots of all this stuff. Because I'm figuring it's going to be going to a legal action soon. Because it's at harassment now. It's just simply harassment. And like I said, Cat Mama's real name was put before her username. That's doxing. I mean, they're breaking terms of service, doxing, all this stuff, and I don't know why YouTube isn't doing anything about it. So I'm going to be, more than likely, I'm going to be looking into a cease and desist, a real cease and desist letter, not some piece of shit off of some website like she sent me through email that still had all the forms and everything. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I see that too, Chris. I'm sorry. Well, I know. I understand that. I understand that, Chris. And furthermore, like I've been saying, everybody that they're naming has stuff going on. They don't have time for this kind of petty juvenile high school crap. Because there's major things going on in a lot of people's lives, and you know yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too, Chris. I know this has been really hard for you. there's really no there's really no words other than just to say we're here for you. I'm here for you. My email if you want to talk. And you've done a lot for the channel. You've been very, very supportive of the channel. I appreciate that. Hey, sweetie, are you sleeping? Is you sleepy, girl? Well, that's where I'm trying to be, but the problem for me is that they have, well, the person has contacted people, friends, and also organizations that I'm involved with, sending stupid emails. So it's kind of, it's kind of hard to ignore that. I mean, if it's just stupid videos and talking out their butts, that's one thing. But now it's actually there's direct action happening, and it's you know it is you're absolutely right, Chris. It sadly is just life, and it's what happens, and you know we have to unfortunately go through it and do the best we can. I mean, there's not much else we can do. We can't we can't stop it. If wish we could, but we can't. But and you're not bringing anyone down. No. There's a lot of people on this there's a lot of people on this channel. Some are open about it and others are private about it. But I know there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are struggling right now. So, yeah. I mean, I think we should be supporting each other. Yeah. Well, I just got an email from YouTube about this. Let's see, what did they say about this program? What did it say? It says here, the creator community. It says tomorrow's the day. Get ready to dive into all the details about our amazing community on our intro call. Think awesome sessions, inspiring workshops, and helpful resources galore. You won't want to miss it. So I have to register for this because apparently this is going to be able to we'll be able to interact with this manager, community partner manager. So if that's the case, I'm going to just ask flat out, say, what do we do? What do you do when you have this situation? Yeah, we all have stuff, and I agree we should try to support each other. Exactly. We do all have stuff. Yeah, when I first got this, I thought it was a scam. And I'm looking at it and going, this is weird. Why would they be contacting me? Get some forging done. Kayla, have you joined the Sasquatch clan? Yeah, I'm going to end this soon anyway because I have to take care of cats and I have stuff I have to do too. Yeah, Chris, it sounded like a scam at first, and I'm like, I never heard of it. I've never heard of this. It's I haven't seen anybody on YouTube talk about it, and um, I mean the community partner program, the YouTube partner program, that's the program that you get into when you monetize. But this is something different. This is the creator community. And it says register here for the intro session, YouTube creator community survey. And then they have and then it says here it says, this is a private event and only those who are registered and confirmed may attend. Make sure you use the same email address where you received this invitation in order to be admitted to the call. So it's just, they couldn't keep up. Gotta get more dead nettle for the dehydrator. I use it in tea for inflammation. Because Mark said, is it AI? And I'm like, no, it's not AI. It's real. It's a real person. The first one that contacted me was someone called Haley, and this person is Kaylin. Kaylin, I guess, is how you pronounce her name. So they're real people. They're on Instagram. They have social media presence, and it's all legitimate. The emails, everything, the email, like the domains and everything, check out. It's legitimate. I don't know how they choose. I have no idea, because the initial email was, respond to this if you're interested, and then they'll be making selections and they'll get back to you if you got in or not. So I looked through it and it was just basic stuff like, what's your name? What's your channel's name? Stuff like that. Is like nothing personal, no social security or anything like that, social security numbers or anything like that. So, but what the heck, I'll see what happens. It didn't say anything about it cost anything. So I applied, and, I think last week is when I got the email back and said, you've been accepted. I'm like, okay. So, and that's the thing. You can't, if you read all the fine print, it's like, you can't have any in any community guideline. What do they say? You can't have any like copyright strikes or anything like that, any community guideline violations. You can't, they check your channel out. So, so much for them reporting the Sasquatches reporting this channel, and, trying to get it taken down, because obviously I was accepted into this and they checked the channel out. So there's no violations here. I don't know. So we'll see. I'll let everybody know how it goes. I think it's 4:00 tomorrow. And then I have the the Human Animal Support Services call at, I think, 2. Because this is National Animal Control Appreciation Month. So the the guy on the call tomorrow is going to be the guy that I referred the Sasquatch to help with the nonprofit that never happened. So, yeah, I'm going to be on that call. I don't know if I'll have a chance to ask a question or not, but if we have time, if we can ask any questions, I'm going to be asking a question, and I'm going to what I want to know, what I'd like to know from animal control is, or maybe I'll just email him and ask him the question, because I would like to know, are there any laws around harassing somebody for a legitimate complaint, for reporting a legitimate complaint? Because if there are, then I am going to a lawyer. A police may not be able to do anything. It might be considered a civil matter, but I definitely can go to a lawyer. I know some people in this area, and actually I have on the one board that I sit on, there's a lawyer. I don't know that he does that kind of stuff, but I'm sure he knows somebody that does. Or he might even be able to draft it. It shouldn't take long to draft up a cease and desist letter. He might even be able to draft it up himself. Because, like you said, Chris, I don't care. I don't care if they want to call me a turd face or anything like. I don't care. That's water off my back. But when you're actually going when you're actually trying to contact friends and organizations that you're associated with, that's harassment, among other things. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. It's gotten really bad. And thing is, nobody bothers the Sasquatches. We let them, wander around in their natural habitat. No. See what happens. So I guess that's all that I have. Didn't plan on going this long, but we had a pretty good discussion. We talked a lot about cats and Jack and feline solutions and um, you know. Oh yeah, Chris, you weren't on the street. You were. I don't know when you left, but Uncle Jack is going to try to help with raising some money too for feline solutions to help for Jack's care. Hey, there's Dream Man. Hey, Dream Man. I do have legal aid here. That's a thought. I do. And that's something I don't know if they might get involved in that. I don't know. Depends how much funding they have. Yeah. Do you have cats or cat, Dream Man? Afternoon gang. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be leaving shortly cuz I have to take care of my cats, but yeah. Yeah, Scorpio was in here earlier. She was in here like early on. No, I was just talking about Uncle Jack a little bit too. Oh, you do have two cats. You have a Maine Coon and a stray cat that I rescued. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, I'll catch you up quick, Dream Man. We have good news about Jack the cat. So Jack the cat he went to the vet today. He had his urinary tract infection is clearing. The urinary crystals are dissolving, and he's his respiratory infection. They're putting him on a stronger antibiotic that's once a day. So they're hoping that that's going to clear, and he's going to be staying with Kayla for a while. And yeah, urinary. Yeah, he had urinary crystals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Uncle Jack was. I mean, he was really. He brought a bunch of his people over here last night, and um, we had a puppet. Chris, you missed the puppet. You would have liked that. If you go on the that long like 10-hour stream from last night, if you go on there and you go towards the end of it, because I think it's like around 2 hours 17 minutes is when Jack comes on, and then he's on for about, I don't know, an hour or so, and then he got off, and then he comes back again. And when he comes back again, he brings his friend who has a puppet. That was great. Yeah. He's really funny, Dream Man. He's really funny. I saw him on I saw the one stream I caught. It was after it was I didn't see it while it was going on. But I was like, what is Jack sitting there with a puppet? What the hell is that? So I'm watching it and it's funny. He was funny. I mean, he's like someone is a good comedian if they can make you uncomfortable. Because that's what I think we've lost sight of that comedy's not comedy should actually a good comedian I think will make you think. If you think about all of like look at all the really good black comedians and the stuff that they come up with. they work off of the stereotypes. And the stuff that they say, it's like, ew, I don't know, is that okay to say? Oh, it's funny, but it's also uncomfortable, and I don't know. But it makes you think. Oh, you had to leave. Okay, yeah. Go like towards the very end of that stream. Just fast forward through it, and you'll see it. It was really funny. It was funny. I think a lot of there's going to be probably a lot of clips coming out of that because Jack was telling people to clip this and clip that, and so I think it's probably going to be spread around too. But that was really funny. Here, I'll show you. Let me see. Find this here for Dream Man. Here. So here's our Jack the Cat, Dream Man. Here he is at the vet. He's in his. I think that's his carrier there. I think he's in his carrier. And there he is on the exam table. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. There he is. You can see close. You can see his eyes are watery. Oh, you have a tuxedo too. I love my tuxedos. He loves cuddles. Is that it? That's it. Yeah, he showed up. He showed up. I didn't know Uncle Jack at that point. He showed up back in October, towards Halloween, October of 23. And so, I saw him and he had his little tuxedo on. I'm like, you know what? You look like it's Halloween time. So I love Halloween. So I'm like, you look like Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. So I called him Jack Skellington. And then he hung around and then he went missing for a while. And then he came back and, it's been up and down with this poor cat. And, finally got him into, I finally just I went to Feline Solutions and said, hey, I have this cat. I don't know if he's adoptable. I don't know, what the problem is. I'm back. Rescued a rose hibiscus plant and one fern, both from a blazing sun, and scared about 20 doves in the process. Did you see any Sasquatch out there? We support Sasquatch over here. We're proud supporters of Sasquatch since 2024. Yeah, and Dream Man showed up. So we have some of Jack's clans coming over here. How big is your Maine Coon, Dream Man? They get pretty big. I like the Maine Coons. I never had one, but I just think they're pretty cool. Yeah, Chris is. Yeah, I think everybody's in support of you, Chris. So you have a family here. I did not run into any hawks or Sasquatches. I agree, Mary. Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that's what comedy was, right? I mean, some of the best comedy made you uncomfortable because it did make you think. It wasn't meant to be nasty. It was just basically meant to be like a social commentary, but it was funny. You know, and like 2K is that his name? 2K, yeah. 2K said last night he you look at the stereotypes. Their stereotypes exist for a reason. They do. I have a yin yang and a peace sign painted on my fence. Hey, that's cool. I loved him. Yeah. Yeah, they are. Absolutely, Dream Man. Yeah, that's why we have stereotypes, because people do people from certain populations do things that are very similar. Oh, I bet that was funny. I think his one of my favorite ones that he did was the whole thing on stuff. Everybody wants stuff, and you put stuff in a box, and then you put the boxes in a box, and then you put the box in the house. It was funny. Yeah, and I think too, is Mary was saying about the PC. I think honestly, I think part of the reason why we are where we're at now as a society is because of the PC stuff. Because people got shut down. Gallagher. Yeah, I remember Gallagher. Hmm. And what was his name? What was the guy's name? He just like he was like very depressed all the time. He acted very depressed. And his delivery was just, yeah, I walked down the street and I saw a bus and I got in the bus and I started driving the bus. And I can't remember. Oh God, what was his name? He was funny too, because he just was so, just his delivery was funny, because he never laughed. It was just like this very depressed person telling jokes and making these weird observations. Yeah. Yeah. What was his name? Stephen Wright. That's it. Stephen Wright. Yeah. Make people laugh again. Here we go. There's our cap, Mary. Make people laugh again. And not and not in the embarrassing, like, oh my God, I can't believe they just did that kind of way. Yeah. Mapla. Save us. That's for Jack. That's for Jack. Uncle Jack. He needs to save a Sasquatch. Oh my God. I'm going to tell him that. I'm going to tell him you need to. I'm going to email him. I'm going to email him that. I'm going to make a screenshot of the chat, Cat Mama, and I'm going to say you need to get a cap and you need to have that put on it. He'll do it. He's crazy. He'll do it. Let me get it here. Let me see. Get the save a Sasquatch. I'm gonna send that. I'm gonna email this to make us laugh again. Yeah, that's a good one. Make us laugh again. That's funny. Save a Sasquatch. I love that. Jack will, yeah. Jack will make. He'll make a ball cap. He'll do that. I know he will, and he'll wear it on his show. Oh, so Dream Man, you'll get a kick out of this. So there's two Sasquatches that we were talking about last night. So there's a Sasquatch that cooks certain substances in their kitchen, and then there's another Sasquatch that's just sad and depressed. So the sad and depressed Sasquatch made a comment that Uncle Jack's my boyfriend. and then they followed it up with ew. This coming from a Sasquatch whose husband Sasquatch is basically an idiot caveman. So I think that's kind of funny. Yeah, the things we thought comedians would say. Yeah. That would be that's an excellent idea, Catitude merch. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. He could do that on his channel. They wouldn't get it on here. People wouldn't get it on here. But he would oh, I mean, we'd have to do something different. But he would understand. He would get his crew would definitely go for that. I want to see him make a puppet. I want a Sasquatch puppet. I want to see that. That would be so awesome. It's I can visualize it in my head. I'm gonna email him right now. Say we have an idea for merch for you here. Make t-shirts and ball caps with this on. Cat Mama, that was priceless. Let me see. Put a screenshot of it here. Okay, there. I sent it. I emailed it to him. Let's see if he makes time to make t-shirts and I mean, I don't know if he could use the likeness or not. That might be a little hairy, but I guess you could like modify it. We'll let Jack deal with that. We'll let my boyfriend deal with that. Oh, that's too funny. That is really funny. Thank you, Catitude and Cat Mama. That is just great. I love it. And Dream Guy or Dream. Wait, what's your name? Dream Man. Sorry, Dream Man. All three of you. That's just priceless. Jack is gonna love that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to shut it down too because it's 6 o'clock and I have to take care of these guys. Here comes the glutton catitude, Mr. Fury Monster. He just walked by. I have Maleficent here sleeping beside me. She's all curled up beside me. Yeah, night, Chris. Tell your husband we're thinking of him. Yeah. Mr. Boo the glutton. Yeah, Mr. Boo. Yeah, they ate all their food. When I got up, they didn't. They had their food pretty much all there. Now they have it pretty well eaten. So I'll give them some food. And I take food down. I don't think it's supposed to freeze tonight. I think I can put my outdoor cats back on their schedule today. Yeah, 51 out there. Oh, good. Tonight's 37. Oh, yeah, I can feed them. We can take food out to them. So, okay, everyone, I'm going to shut this dog and pony show down. We had too much fun. Um, Jack's good, and I sent the merch suggestion over to Uncle Jack. We'll see what happens there. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me. I'm glad you got, I don't know, everybody got notified, but at least you saw it on the community tab post this time. And it was fun. So I will see you guys later. I'll put those pictures up of, yes, no problem, Cat Mama. I wanted to, I just think everybody's so invested in Jack, and we all love the little guy. Yeah, Peace Dream Man. No, I just wanted to. I don't know. It just feels kind of. No, it just feels a little bit. I don't know. To just put it up on a community tab. It just doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel right. Because everybody cares about him and wants to know about him, and it kind of seems a little bit dismissive to just say, "Oh yeah, he's doing fine. Don't worry about it." Um, that way you can ask questions and I can answer if I can. And Kayla was able to come on and hang out a little bit, so it worked pretty well. We're good. We're good now. We can all rest easy. I think he's going to be okay now. He's got the vet. He's got Kayla taking care of him. He's got a good vet on his side. We have folks that can help out with, financial support. So, yeah, it'd be good. Thanks everyone for hanging out and for supporting, and really do appreciate everything that you do. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you support the channel. I'm not going to sit here with give me money. I'm not going to do that. I mean, if that's something that you want to do, fine. You have Feline Solutions, or if you want to get something off my Amazon, or throw a couple bucks in my PayPal, that's fine. But it's not necessary. Just being here is enough. subscribing, liking, watching the content, all that counts a lot to push the channel out, that algorithm, and all that good stuff. So you're welcome, Mary. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you, and Cat Mama and Chris and Dream Man and Catitude, and Callie was on, Mary Beth. Who else? I don't know, anyone else that was on. Cat Mama. I think I already said Cat Mama. So I will keep everyone updated, and maybe we can kind of get back now to some. We get back to now we can get back to our regular programming, because definitely I need to do a Colony Cat update. So give me a couple of days to get them back on a schedule so they start showing up like all at once. So I'm not just like filming Mushu and Yum Yum, because they're always going to show up. But I haven't seen Theon in a while. I don't know what happened to poor Shizuku. I'm really concerned that he's not going to come back. And I just kind of wonder, because there was that house over there, and I mentioned this a while back, but for a couple of days in a row, there was a cat screaming and screaming over there, and I'm just kind of wondering if they caught one of them and they did something to him, and it's so stressful. They'd just be nice to have all of them off the streets and somewhere safe. I know that's not going to ever happen, but and he was probably like the closest thing to a feral cat I had. But I don't know. I hadn't seen Scar for a while either, and he showed up, and they do show up. So we just keep everyone posted. So thanks everyone for hanging out, and I will talk to you all later. And see you in the next one. So remember, support the Sasquatches. They need you. Bye for meow.